Nolan Wells. We had to go over his homegoing earlier today, sadly, and it was real heartfelt. So I definitely wanted to jump right back in, and we're gonna do a little recap of that, and then we're gonna get back into what's going on out here in the streets. Yes, I am Jay Lava. I scour the internet so that you don't have to. This is the Keep It P podcast, and you know how we do. Let's get right on into it. Hold on, real quick.
Okay, I'm now sharing some additional video coverage of Nolan Wells's homegoing celebration, and we are going to watch what his mother, Christine Wansley Wells, has to say.
We thank you, Lord, for the beautiful 18 years that you blessed us with him. Thank you for the joy he brought not only to our family, but also to his friends and everyone in the community whose lives he touched. Nolan had such a gentle, calming spirit about him. He had a way of making people feel seen, welcome, and valued. He could lift your confidence with just a few words and make you feel like you belonged. If you ever had the privilege of meeting our son Nolan or calling him a friend, then you experienced a glimpse of God's love through him.
Okay, I'm now sharing some additional video coverage of Nolan Wells's homegoing celebration, and we are going to watch what his mother, Christine Wansley Wells, has to say.
We thank you, Lord,
All right, hold on.
for the beautiful
That was one piece, but then they also had a whole press conference right after the homegoing. So I kind of wanted to share that too, as well. So we just gonna jump right into that and let them get that part out because it was a whole interview right after.
Let me say that be mindful of the fact that these two parents have just funeralized their son, and we hope you respect that. They just got off the phone with Tyler Perry, thanking him again for paying for the funeral, and now matching me and putting up now a $100,000 reward for anyone that gives information that directly leads to the arrest and prosecution and conviction of someone if a crime was committed. We are committed in Nash Action Network and other organizations to stand for this family. It does not end with the funeral. We intend to be vigilant on this local investigation, and we intend to push as hard as we can to find out what happened, what was this cause of this tragedy. Clearly, the inconsistencies and unanswered questions leaves a serious cloud. We are not making direct accusations, and we don't appreciate those that are making them against no one. We want the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts, and sometimes the truth is also something that is required. So we'll take your questions, Attorney Ben Crump and I, and if you have something that is that you want to ask the family. Again, if you go beyond the boundaries of what is appropriate, I will stop the question, not the family, because they're not here to be ridiculed. They're here because they're mourning and they had enough heart to say they would come with us to the president.
Just very briefly, I want to thank Reverend Al Sharpton and National Action Network and Mr. Tyler Perry, because we're in a ferocious search for the truth. And we know there were hundreds of people on Horn Island. Many of them have contacted us saying that they believe that they need to tell the family their truths directly. For whatever reasons, they said, we may call the law enforcement agencies, but we want to tell you all the truth of what we saw, or what we videotaped, or photographs we took. And we believe that everybody should want the same thing, the truth. And it is imperative, as soon as possible, do not let time continue to, it's been 2 weeks now almost. Let's intensify, and that's why I'm grateful for the reward. Let's intensify this search for the truth, because they have a tendency to sweep things under the rug as time goes by. We don't want too much time to go by when memories get foggy, when people start to feel pressure. They heard a law enforcement person say no foul play, say they don't feel like if they say anything, it's going to be attacked. No. Tell us. We want to evaluate every aspect to be able to give Christine and Elmore answers as to why Nolan Wells is dead and not with us. And so with that, we will take your questions if you have any.
Please identify your outlet and say your name.
Tristan Smith from Dateline NBC. First, thank you for allowing us here today. I'm praying for your family, and I hope you get answers to your questions soon. I just wanted to know, with the community turnout, the football players there, the state reps, everybody who came out today, what does that mean to you and your family?
That means a lot. Again, that is a testament to who Nolan is and was as a person, how many people he touched. It's also a testament to those who have questioned our parenting, you know, what type of parents we are to all of our children. And we just cannot thank our community enough for rallying around us during this time. Also, again, to Colin Kaepernick, Tyler Perry, Byron Allen, like just so much love from places we could have never imagined, and we're grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Danielle Willis, WJTV out of Jackson. And again, my condolences as well to you all. We are praying for you in your time. And what would transparency look like to you all? I know we spoke about transparency during the eulogy. What are you hoping and wanting from investigators?
The truth. I think that we need to hear exactly with evidence of what they say happened. I think that part of what embellished the concerns we had was for someone in law enforcement here to say, we see no foul play. So they're really going to have to show us one way or another where they go from here. The fact is that you cannot convince many of us, given the unanswered questions, cell phones, stuff taken off the cell phone, keys, all of which was at first denied. And no one turned, they did not come to the family. The family started missing him and searching for him. All of that does not add up. So what we would want to see is something that adds up to saying truth, not adds up to just some loosely connected story.
The only thing I would add to Reverend Al's answer to your question, what is transparency to us? It is truly having a fair and impartial investigation, as if Nolan, the facts were reversed. It's inescapable. You know, people often talk about, you know, well, you all keep interjecting race. Well, y'all know in every situation that is a identifier when you're talking about matters. You know, we hear black on black crime. It's inescapable. And so we want to really be able to say to this family, but to America, it was a fair investigation. Everything they did had the roles been reversed racially, where they had 3 young black men and a white man died after being on the boat. You have his cell phone. Those are the things that we're searching for. Did you search their phones? You know, we talking about Nolan's phone. Those are the questions that transparency, the autopsy, you know, we waiting for it. It shouldn't take that long. We want those answers. And so transparency is giving complete equity to this family, a fair and thorough, impartial investigation where we know that due process was respected every step of the way. And many have questions, and so we are trying to be respectful and collaborative as much as we can. We will hope that they will give the same to us.
Attorney Crump, we talked before about situations like this, and I'm just wondering, does it bother you a little bit that we don't have that news conference where officials are given a timeline, where they've mapped things out for what they know, where they share as much information as they have with the public? Because obviously people are paying attention.
Yeah, you know, Ryan, it's always troublesome to all of us when these investigations just take forever. I mean, 6 months to get a toxicology report back, to get an autopsy done, as if, you know, the longer we let it go, the more people forget. Other things happen, it gets swept under the rug. And so that's what's important, to have a timeline. And when you don't have that timeline, you start to say, oh, what Nolan Wells, what happened? I mean, I remember that case, but we got no answers. And so that's the trouble without having a timeline. And so that's why the people who are calling us, I mean, we have people presenting videos, and it's so helpful as we try to put this puzzle together. People are talking about their boats, and when they were out there, and when they were in earshot of Nolan and people on the boat. We need all of that information because we want to make sure what goes to the grand jury is accurate. We know when it goes to the grand jury, we never will know what happened in that grand jury. That's why we're collecting the affidavits. Did this get presented to the grand jury? It's never lost on me. It's never lost on me. You can get an indictment on a ham sandwich in the grand jury if you want to. The question is, are you trying to get to the truth? Or are you trying to help keep the truth hidden from us? And that's what we're fighting for. The last thing I would say is this, and it's important. You know, there are people who are presenting videos, photographs that may show Nolan was on the boat with the person, Katie. We got the fully vet that I respect so much what my mentor, Reverend Al, said up there. We're going to go wherever the truth leads us. We want the truth no matter who it implicates or exonerates. We want justice no matter who it acquits or convicts. So we know they're telling two different stories. You know, the boys telling one story, Katie telling one story. What is the truth?
One more question, just obviously Mom and Dad, thank you for doing this news conference with us, but so many people from the community, both black and white, showed up today. Coaches said that they would love to have your son be their son. When you hear men and teammates reflect on your son's life in the way they have, can you explain to us what that sounds like in your hearts?
To me, that sounds like me and my wife did an excellent job at raising a fine young man.
Yes.
Nolan was loved by many, both young and old. He helped a lot of people. No matter if you were regular or handicapped, people still love Nolan. He would help special needs. He would help special needs kids all the time. Basketball, teach them how to play basketball. I mentioned in my speech about getting phone calls and emails. There was a father who asked Nolan to help his special needs son train for basketball, and Nolan did it willingly, and that made that kid's day. And he seen me out one day, and he couldn't stop thanking me and praising me enough for the son that I raised and how much they meant to the son. So as far as I'm concerned, we did a great job.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
One more question. We were asking, did you guys ever get the incident report back? You know it was an issue getting it.
No, we brought that up in our meeting, so hopefully we will address that. Won't be today, but we will address that.
Hi, my name is Ken. I'm from DFW Night Shift Crime in Dallas, Texas. I just want to offer my condolences to you. I wanted to ask you, what does honoring Nolan's legacy look like for your family moving forward? Are there any foundations, scholarships, community initiatives, or causes you hope people will support in his memory?
Absolutely. This is actually something my cousin Keezy and I have briefly discussed. But of course, with everything that's going on, we want things to kind of cool down a little bit. My husband and I, honestly, we have not fully processed this. We have not fully grieved Nolan, but that is the plan, is to come up with some foundation just to honor him, but also to United Cajun Navy. Big help, boots on the ground almost immediately after I spoke with Josh Gill. So, you know, we have to remember those types of organizations in our communities and utilize them, but also give back to them. So that is our hope, that we'll be able to give as much as we've been given during this time.
Yeah.
One more question.
Stephen Smith with the Associated Press. Is there any update to the independent autopsy that you guys have requested?
Sure. And just on that last question, very good question. Christine and Elmore and Cliff Jones and Lisa Park at office, they talk frequently, and that's one of the things she stressed at the funeral service. She wanted to celebrate his life and define what his legacy will be. So we look forward to working to define his legacy. Nobody else is going to define his legacy but the people who knew him best.
That's right.
Yeah. As it relates to the independent autopsy, we are looking to have findings sooner rather than later. Obviously, you want stuff from the first autopsy because they had the body closer to time. We got the body almost 6 days later, Dr. Roger Mitchell. So there are limitations as to what he could do. So, you know, you do the best you can, but there are unanswered questions. So he's getting his report together. I believe it will be coming very soon. Yeah.
I have one.
Let me take one. I'm gonna take three more. 1, 2, and come back to you.
Janelle Griffith with People Magazine. I also want to extend my condolences and to thank you for allowing the media to come. I know you didn't have to allow us to be here. I just had two small questions, both related to cell phones. One of the things that came out of your meeting with the local DA was that you agreed you would both analyze Nolan's phone. I wanted to know
what's going on, Famo?
And the other was that at the end of the last press conference, you said that, Ben, you said you wanted everybody's cell phones looked at. So that, to me, that meant the other young men that were with Nolan that day. Did you communicate that to the DA, and what did she say? If so, have they analyzed their phones? Do they plan to?
I did communicate that to the district attorney.
Everybody hit that like and subscribe.
That's a question that you have to ask them, but we thought that it's only fair if we're going to look at Nolan's phone, we should look at the other people who were with Nolan that day. Because, again, we just want equal justice. We think that if Nolan was on that boat, roles were reversed, they would look at his phone, and so that is going to be important. We have not established a time yet of when we're going to do the mutual inspection of the cell phone. We have to do some technical things. We're getting our experts together, working with phone companies and so forth, but we hope to do that sooner rather than later. This was a big first step for the family getting through the day, so now we can get laser focused on all those things to finish this investigation.
Will Paulson with WLOX. Ben, you had mentioned that
It has been a couple of days, I think you said 6 days, since after the state's autopsy was done before you were able to get access to the body. I know whenever it first came out, it was being flown to D.C. and then autopsy planned for that Friday. Can you confirm when that autopsy was done?
They had weather issues, so I do think they got the body Friday night or Saturday morning, around that time.
Was that the same day that the autopsy was?
I can't confirm that. I know they received the body, and I think they immediately went to it. It would be in the report the date they did the autopsy. Yes.
Miss Selena Charles for Purpose for the People. You guys are supposed to be having a rally on the 26th. Is that still going to occur?
Well, I think that was the community, people who are activists who we're very grateful, standing up, demanding a fair and impartial investigation. And we want to say thank you to all the community leaders and activists standing up saying, no, we want a timeline. We want transparency. We want them to check cell phones. We want everything that you would have done had it been your child. So that's what they're going to be talking about on the 26th.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Thank you.
And look real quick, y'all. Just to get up to Spizzy, this is what's going on now.
$100,000 for any information about Nolan Wells' last few moments on Earth. This is insane, guys. We got a huge update in the Nolan Wells case. So Al Sharpton, I just told you guys, just did a video about this. Al Sharpton just dropped 50 grand as far as a reward for any information about the last moments of Nolan Wells' life. Tyler Perry was watching the funeral from his castle in the sky and finally said, hey, you know what? I'm compelled. I feel moved. I'm going to drop 50 grand as well. So now the reward is a cool $100,000 for anyone that knows anything in connection to or revolving around the disappearance or the last moments that Nolan Wells was on this planet. This is absolutely huge news, guys, because like I said, there has not been any rewards ever mentioned at all in this case, and now we got some serious movement with that $100,000 reward. Now I hope people don't use that and just straight up start lying, because we ain't got time for that. So hopefully for those of y'all who know anything and were too scared to speak out, maybe this will give you incentive to speak out now too. All right, but what are your thoughts on this? Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Hit the like, hit the follow.
Yeah, my man.
These updates.
I mess with my man Floyd. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and throw that like on that joint. Floyd, he be busting it down. But if y'all didn't know, oh yeah, it's 100K on the head now, buddy. So it's actually getting pretty interesting and pretty deep, right? But I'm just saying, man. We finna go across all the videos. Now this timeline is set into two possibilities, right? But just because of some of the things that I'll be seeing in the chat, I want to make sure that I explore all possibilities. So I gotta go swing around to my girl Kim. My girl Kim got a very good question. How do rituals work?
I'm not sure how KKK rituals work. It's from my understanding that the KKK don't want a dead black boy's body, right? They want to murder. They want to kill the black kid in front of everybody, right? Which means if it is a KKK thing, the Friends had to drop him off alive to the KKK. The Friends would have never delivered him dead to the KKK, right? I mean, right? I don't know.
Listen, say what you want about Kim, but what she's explaining, let me break down what she's explaining real quick. What she's explaining is that these is the same people that used to do lynchings. Lynchings ain't socially popular no more. But like I told y'all, that thirst, that initiation, that focus of energy and power on killing, basically, they have to come up with new ways of doing that. So now we dealing with two different timelines, because now we got Katie involved, which we always suspected from the beginning, and then we got the homeboys involved. But like she said, maybe it wasn't their job to do the job. Maybe it was their job just to get him there. You know, when you think about back to when they said it was supposed to be other people on that boat, but at the last minute couldn't go for whatever reason, right? It's real strange. It's a lot going on here. But let me let her rock out though.
Oh, about these fucking KKK. But what I'm reading is that they like to like all get around and like hang little black kids from trees and watch it because they're fucking psychos. What good would just delivering a dead kid to the KKK do? Like for their ritual, you know? So could it have been possible that Nolan was still alive at Fort Bayou and they just dropped him off at some random dock for the KKK to pick him up? Or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I still think something happened at the basketball.
Hey, only reason I rock with her like that, man, because you know what? You can't rule out anything, though. And y'all over there in the chat, y'all don't understand why we come from where we come from and what we think about, because there's history beyond this thing. Right? There's history. Now, my man say that there was an aspect of the witnesses that we needed to pay attention to.
Wait, today is Nolan's funeral and we got more information. This information right here I'm about to explain to y'all is going to explain everything that's been going on with this misinformation. But on such a sad occasion, man, that funeral. Well, anyway, let's get to it. Pray for this mom, y'all. Now, y'all know how we've been getting stories left and right about the boys did this, the little daddy boat, the cousin on the run, all of that. Well, people from the town are telling us this is done purposely to muddy the waters and confuse us as to what's going on.
Yeah.
This person that came out, this witness said that the people who are close to the boat altercations know exactly what's going on. So to try to divert it, they are coming up with a million different stories just to throw us off and make it to where we can't even prosecute nobody. But it ain't gonna work, but it gets worse. I'm even hearing Nolan, they even had his wallet. Like keys, phone, and wallet. What the hell was he supposed to do? Like I always said, them boys know something, because if they didn't know anything, it wouldn't be a reason to even lawyer up. God bless the funeral for Nolan Wells today. But this is foul and I don't like it. What if I told you? Wait, today.
You know what I'm saying? Now, just a little history for those that don't know. The reason why I call Shorty the devil, and hold on, let me show you her face, because you know how I do. I want y'all to have an accurate depiction of these people that we talking about. So we talking about the medical examiner, young Stacy. Damn devils. Devil. Yeah, damn devil. Yeah, but we talking about the medical examiner, Stacy Turner. And this is what she is responsible for. This is the reason why that they have an independent autopsy.
Oh, I know there's been a lot that's circulating that's being said about Dr. Stacy Turner, who is the Mississippi State medical examiner.
Thank you.
And so she is the person who would be dealing with Nolan Wells' body. And this is the reason why it's being said the Wansley Wells family wanted a independent medical examiner to look at Nolan's body. And so I'm going to read you a little bit about her. Okay, so you have a better idea of who she is and what's going on as far as she's concerned. Dr. Stacy Turner is Mississippi's chief medical examiner, overseeing death investigations for the state, not just Jackson County. She holds a powerful position. Her rulings can determine whether police-involved deaths are investigated as crimes. Very key issue here in what the family is seeking, for this to be investigated as a crime. And of course, if she rules it as not a crime, then it'll be dismissed and the state will not care how much of a protest everybody is making. Let me tell you about some of her rulings. The Damian Cameron case. In 2021, 29-year-old Damian Cameron, a black man, died after a struggle with Rankin County Sheriff's deputies. Witnesses described two deputies kneeling on his neck for more than 10 minutes. His face was swollen.
Do that sound familiar, Derek Chauvin? Do that sound familiar?
Swollen and bloodied with signs of internal bleeding in his neck. Dr. Turner's ruling. She classified the cause of death as undetermined, effectively shutting down further investigation. No charges were filed against the deputies. This is how, and I am not saying that this is what is going on or what she is doing, but I will say this is definitely how state-sponsored racism can continue and be legalized.
Right.
All right. What experts say about the Damian Cameron case. 3 separate independent forensic pathologists reviewed the case at the request of the New York Times and Mississippi Today, and all 3 concluded that it should have been ruled a homicide. Dr. Michael Bodden, you may have heard of him. I've been following him for 20 years. He's extremely famous. He is requested all over the world for forensic examinations. All right.
Hey, that's the dude that used to do them HBO special documentaries on all the people. He real dope. But this is the thing, though. If why ain't they released the autopsy yet? It don't take this long to show somebody that they drowned. All of y'all little F boys over there in my chat. It don't take that long. But go on. Go on ahead, Mom.
He also did performed the George Floyd autopsy, said this person died of asphyxia, which is asphyxiation, which is strangulation, choking, blockage of the airway, because of neck compression. There's really nothing undetermined about it. All right, the next case, the Goon Squad connection. One of the deputies involved in Cameron's death, Hunter Elward, later pleaded guilty to federal charges for torturing and sexually humiliating 2 black men in a separate case. I'm gonna let that sit there. The embalming allegation. According to claims from the Shannon Wilson family, Dr. Turner's office involved their loved one without permission, destroying any evidence that could have proven their case. Oh, honey, that's a famous one. Police departments are famous for sending a body to the funeral home without consent or knowledge of the family and having the body embalmed, which ruins all of the potential forensic evidence.
What kind of people, you ask, would do such a thing? Devils. Get a good look. That's what they look like, y'all. They be normal on the outside and fire-breathing snow roaches on the inside. Devils, y'all. Straight devils. Go on.
Police departments love doing that. That's an oldie but goodie. This is a clear pattern. Mississippi's medical examiner system has a documented history of shielding law enforcement from accountability. Nothing's going to change in Mississippi. You know, kind of the United States is almost at the state where it's just like, just ball it up, throw it in the trash, and, you know, write a new draft. Things are very bleak. Very bleak. But anyway, to get back to Dr. Stacey Turner, this is the reason why there is grave concern where she is involved. I wouldn't want her near my son's body. I wouldn't want her touching anything. I wouldn't want her overseeing anything. I wouldn't trust anything that came out of her office. So it's very understandable, and I'm very thankful that an independent autopsy was in fact able to be had.
Amen. So I just wanted to give y'all a little backstory on this here little devilet, this little deviler who's screwing up and fouling up cases all the time. Yeah, that's y'all. Yo, what? Yeah, that's you. That's your peoples right there. Get a good look. And I'm only doing this so that, you know, when all of these names start to get thrown around, everybody will start putting the faces with the names. Now, there has been 2 roads with this here whole thing, right? Ooh, and listen, y'all, there's something funny, because I was just about to play a video that I had in the archives, and look at this. It's been taken down. I'm telling y'all, it's getting spooky. It's getting real spooky. This right there, that little glimpse right there, that's crazy. Right? But hold on, let me, y'all look at this devil here real quick while I get the other video. Hold on real quick. All right, here we go. Because I told y'all, now we finna shift the focus from this devil right here, and then we finna go to this devil right here. Hold on real quick. Now we talking about Katie. last one seen with Nolan Wells. Now it's between her and her friends that said they went back with Nolan. I mean, she said that Nolan was going back with his friends. Nolan's friends, quote unquote friends, said that they was going with her. So I want to hear this little piece real quick. My brother, shout out to my brother Max, the Max Vault. He said the story do not match up.
Whereas Katie, they said Katie was the person that Nolan Wells was talking to. He met Katie that day. Well, check this out. We about to hear something because Katie met up with Nolan's mother. Okay. And what she said now is raising a lot of eyebrows. Now, I told you guys there's something crazy that happened with this situation. He didn't just walk away and drown, man. And what she told the mother is just going to leave you like, wow, something probably really did go down here. Take a listen to this.
Here's the development that changes the shape of this case more than almost anything else this week. Katie, the young woman Nolan spoke with in his final confirmed minutes on that beach, has finally been heard from directly, not through a relative's Facebook post, but through an actual in-person meeting with Nolan's own mother. According to Christine, she and Katie sat down together, face to face. And Christine has said plainly that what Katie told her does not match the story she's been hearing from everyone else. This represents a real shift from where this case stood even a week ago. Up until now, everything attributed to Katie had arrived through intermediaries. First through a family friend, worth walking through carefully, because the details matter, and because Katie's actual account is more specific and more limited than a lot of the public conversation around it has suggested. According to Christine, Katie has been consistent from the very beginning. She and Nolan met that day, spent time together, and eventually parted ways. Katie then got back on a boat with her own friends, separate from Nolan's group. She assumed, based on their conversation, that Nolan was heading back to rejoin his own friend's boat. Here's the detail that matters most. Katie never actually saw Nolan get on that boat. She assumed it, based on what he told her, but she did not personally witness him rejoining his friends. That distinction is genuinely important. It means Katie's account isn't a direct eyewitness contradiction of the friend's story, in the sense of her having seen one thing while they claim another. It's closer to this. Nolan told her his intention. Whether he actually followed through on that intention before whatever happened next is something nobody, not Katie, not the friends, not the family, can currently confirm firsthand. Both an assumption based on a genuine conversation and a claim that he chose to stay can technically be true at different moments if something changed between the conversation and whatever came after it. I think it's worth sitting with why this nuance got flattened so quickly in a lot of public coverage of this.
Okay, so you heard that, right? She told Nolan's mother that, yeah, she hung out with him, but he said he was going back with his friends. Okay, that's not what his friends said. His friends said he was staying with Katie.
Right.
Katie said no. His plans were to go back with his friends, even though she didn't see him get on the boat. She said she left with her friends. She's honest. She said, I didn't see him get on a boat, but he said that he was going back with his friends. Okay, that completely contradicts what they were saying. They said they left him because they were having boat trouble. Okay, it's a complete contradiction. And here's the thing, they lawyered up. Understand that people say you have to lawyer up just because. Listen, there was no reason to lawyer up if you left and you left him behind and he went with someone else. You should be helping with the investigation. No, there's a contradiction to this story. You know why there's a contradiction to this story? Because something is not right. Yes, indeed. I know a lot of people tried to gaslight, and I understand from the comment section perspective, there's people there that's not real. And they had a whole big thing on this, on why that's the case on the internet. They send bot farms people away.
Oh, you talking about like what's going on in my chat right now?
I know what my senses are telling me because.
Are you talking about the ones that's in my chat right now? The bots in my chat that's saying stuff right now? You talking about them? You know what? I ain't get to do it on Nolan's funeral, but I got something for y'all. This is what y'all need to be worried about. Y'all over here in my chat But this show, folks, this the kind of crime that y'all people do. Damn! What? What did he say? What is the snow roaches doing this time? Damn! Y'all over here in my chat right now, and y'all could go be making a space right now about this. Y'all got an epidemic in your community, man. Y'all need to say them cheering, man. They ain't even safe at home. You over here talking about Nolan this and Nolan that, talking about Carmelo this and man, what about this scourge in y'all community? What about that? Can somebody answer me why this is going on? So so it's not even just an over here thing. All around the world, this what y'all doing with your cheering? Hold on. I wasn't showing this to y'all. Wait a minute. I thought I had the video up. Wait a minute.
A mother has been arrested for eating her 4-year-old son last week.
God damn. What you say?
A mother has been arrested for eating her 4-year-old son last week.
Ooh wee. This what y'all doing? Y'all over here in my space and yeah, what? Y'all over here in my space? Yeah. Y'all over here in my space, but y'all got bigger fish to fry, fam. Y'all need to have an intervention with y'all people. So now we do know that 26% of the population in the US is YT males. We know that. But we also know that they are responsible for 91% of the family aside. Why y'all getting y'all whole family out the box? And now, as we see, it's wherever y'all plant your flag. Y'all wiped out all the indigenous people over there in Australia. That's y'all, fam. What's up, Queen? That's y'all. Fam, this ain't us. Okay, black on black crime, cool. You know, what you call us, thieves, we're lazy. Alright. But we ain't doing this though.
A mother has been arrested for eating her 4-year-old son last.
Damn! We ain't doing that.
Last week, this happened in Australia. So as of 8 days ago, this is the photo of the mom and the son. Their faces are blurred out and their identities are still hidden right now because the investigation is ongoing. Revealing the mother would reveal the child, most likely, especially with social media today. Turns out the mom had a pretty clean record except for like a few drunk driving incidents that happened like years ago, long time.
And you hear what he just said? This is why y'all ain't never gonna get y'all community fixed, because y'all lionize y'all degenerates. This lady that sat up here and chewed on her only begotten son. She didn't turn her only begotten son into Chick-fil-A nuggets. And you heard what she said? She's pretty much a good person. She only got a couple DUIs. What? Huh? What you say? Y'all lie. And listen, this is news from over there or wherever it's at. But you notice how the news always gets on code with their little white killers. And she just had a little DUI. But she ate her son, though. You don't think that's worth a little demonization? Just a tag? We just gonna sweep the whole reason for the article under the rug.
A few drunk driving incidents that happened like.
But that's it.
Pretty clean record, except for like
She had a pretty clean. Look, how do you speak positively about somebody who just nibbled on a toddler? How does this happen? Is this y'all? Is this y'all? This is why I show y'all as devils. This is why. Because guess what? We ain't doing none of that. Ain't nobody nibbling on shorties, fam. All of y'all, all y'all, every last one of y'all. Look at him. Male devils, female devils, children devils, teen devils, just devils. But y'all want to be over here in my chat, though. But y'all want to be over here. Let's talk about this.
A few drunk driving incidents that happened like years ago, a long time ago.
I mean, it was just other than the fact that she nibbles on her, that she cooked her son, other than the fact that she made her son a stew, other than the fact that she made Caucasian gumbo, she only had a few DWIs. That's all. Nigga, you tripping, cuz. She only had a few D-dubs. Oh, I'm just waiting for the Twitter fingers and all the justification. I don't see y'all punks typing right now. Because soon as y'all go make a space about this stuff right here, then I'll be in your chat. Isn't it strange, y'all? We don't never see no lives or nothing like this about this. When is the group of the Caucasian Mayo Mafia going to congregate and get together and talk about the scourge of touchy-feely and now cannibalism? So was it far-fetched that we think that Nolan was a part of some sort of KKK ritual? This is y'all culture right now today. This ain't slavery time. This ain't Jim Crow time. This ain't in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. This was this week. Y'all nibbling on children right now. That's your folks. That is your folks. Your people. So all that 1350, don't want to hear it. All the fatigue, don't want to hear it. See, this is why nobody likes you. Don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of that. When y'all can explain to me what's up with the girl that said what?
A mother has been arrested for eating her 4-year-old son last week. This happened in Australia. So as of 8 days ago, this is the photo of the mom and the son. Their faces are blurred out and their identities are still hidden right now because the investigation is ongoing. Revealing the mother would reveal the child, most likely, especially with social media today. Turns out the mom had a pretty clean record.
Turns out, on the bright side, though, yeah, I know she just carved her son up and watched a YouTube cooking tutorial to make the flavor better. But on the bright side, though, because there is a bright side.
Except for like a few drunk driving incidents that happened like years ago, a long time ago.
You know, that was so old. On the bright side. Come on, fam. I don't see them Twitter fingers no more. I don't see them. Toddler sushimi. Oh, God. Are you scanerious? On the bright side, she only had a few DWI though. Other than that, she's a swell gal. That's what y'all doing? And Australia is all white. You can't say it's a smear of black nothing there because y'all wiped all the Tasmanians out. It ain't no niggas there. Who you gonna blame? It ain't no niggas there. It's all y'all. I hate white people who eat their children. Who is that say? Casey Grazy? I hate white people that eat their children. You damn Skippy. Don't you? Do you like white people that eat children? Hold on, I might have you confused. I might have you confused. Do you like white people that eat children, man? Phil? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to assume. Is that how you get down? Huh? I'm just saying, I mean, if that's how you get down, brother. But go, we ain't even got past the first part of him telling us what she did and simultaneously letting us know it's okay. That's just what we do.
But 18 months ago, they're not releasing all the details yet. 18 months ago, Child Services was contacted about the pair. More details have not been released yet, so you're probably about to hear a lot about this and a bunch of true crime stuff. But she called the police.
Why is it that it's only y'all folks on the true crime stuff? If black people commit all the crimes, why do y'all have a whole network showing all the shit that y'all done did? Why is that? Huh? Hello? McFlizzle, hello? Anybody there? Twitter fingers. Texter Dexters. Where you at? Toddler. The other white meat. That's what y'all on? Don't get me wrong, that's evil. But what y'all do? But the brighter side, he one of them right there. Who is that? Jeremy Logan in the comment section just said, yeah, that's evil and all, but you know what you guys do. You are a devil, bro. That's why, listen, y'all, that's why I let them rock out in the chat. For those of y'all that's just wondering coming in and wonder why it's so much riffraff in the chat, that's why, because they are the biggest examples. Your boy Jeremy just said that's evil and all, but eating your baby is evil and that's cool. But the little gang violence shooting that y'all do, oh, that's terrible. All the people that were shot in Chicago, it's terrible. Chicago. But eating a baby ain't? You just like the news reporter, fam. On the bright side,
mother would reveal the child, most likely, especially hidden right now because the son, their faces are blurred out and their identities are still hidden right now because the investigation is ongoing. Revealing the mother would reveal the child, most likely, especially with social media today.
And God forbid that we reveal a person that eats babies. God forbid we need to know who she is in case she want to get a babysitting job later. God forbid, unless, she might want to work at a daycare. She might want to be a school liaison, counselor. No. How about a T-ball instructor after school around little girls? Because God forbid we let you know what she looked like. Yeah, meanwhile, what about Kentucky and West Virginia? Yeah. Meanwhile, But on the bright side, though, she only had a couple DUIs. Look at the logic of these people.
Turns out the mom had a pretty clean record, except for like a few drunk driving incidents that happened like years ago, a long time ago. But 18 months ago, they're not releasing all the details yet. 18 months ago, Child Services was contacted about the pair. More details have not been released yet, so you're probably about to hear a lot about this on a bunch of true crime.
So 18 months ago, Child Protection was alerted to how filth and nasty and degenerate this mom was. And the baby already probably had a couple chunks out his booty already. She'd already tested the meat, allegedly, in the pot already microwaved a little booty piece already. And they did nothing? Y'all just don't care about y'all children. I don't want to hear about no Chicago shootings. I don't want to hear about no young people. I don't call them YNs. I don't want to hear about no young people out here, this, that, and the third. I don't want to hear about it. Because not even y'all Child Protective Services, if they would have called on a black kid, the black kid would be in another family's home with them trying to eat them. Because they would have gave them to some white people that eat kids. Yeah, they tried to sweep that under the rug. You damn skippy they did. You damn skippy they did. At the child's expense. You guys are despicable. Y'all are despicable. You sit there and y'all sat there and y'all sit up here and make these excuses for that little carnivorous snow roach that I ate her damn baby.
Stuff, but she called the police on herself, I guess is what I'm understanding. And she told the police when they arrived that she had eaten part of her son. So it's a weird cannibalist like situation right now.
You know what it is. They know what it is. Y'all know exactly what it is. Y'all know exactly what it is. Y'all know what y'all eating. So since family side for YT males in this country is 91%, who got the other 9%? I told y'all, listen now. I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to tell you again. Them lynchings didn't go nowhere, y'all. They still had to figure out how to torture and how to saute some black meat. And no, it ain't no fun when you do it by yourself. It's got to be a group sport. That's why we seeing all of these hangings, because it got to be a whole bunch of them there. Not only to be there, but to take pictures and all that. It's in their blood, in their DNA. Look, let me tell y'all something. Let me pose y'all a question, y'all, for the people that's following and paying attention. I'm gonna pose this question to you real quick. Here, let me look in your little optical retinas real quick, so you can get what I'm saying. If slavery and the traumas from slavery is passed down to us through DNA, that's been proven. Is savagery and devilishness, chaos, mayhem, is that passed down through their DNA too? It's looking that way. I'm asking for one of my friends. It don't matter if it's Australia. Look your boy over here trying to cop a plea. It's Australia, not America. It was all over the news. Nick, that's your folks. Don't try to get out of that. That's your people. Oh, I'm a clown for that, Jeremy? Nah, that one hurt. Yeah, that touched your little Rumpelstiltskin, huh? Hey, it's facts, my guy. It's facts, my guy. Look at what you're doing right now. You sitting up here. What are you typing for? I'll tell y'all what he's typing for, right? He has the delusion of grandeur to think that he could come to a black space and say some things in the chat and have everybody crushed by the mighty wit and the gall of a white guy. Man, shut up. You sound stupid. And y'all don't get nothing but checked over here. That's right. Still coming from the caucus. Eunice, where you tapping in from? Eunice. Still coming from the caucus. What you talking about? Huh? I can't hear you, Twitter fingers. Texter Dexter. Huh? You still looking on the bright side because she only got a few DWIs?
Now, so she has been sent off for mental testing.
She ain't nothing mental about her. No, y'all notice they try to do that, right? Look, let me give y'all some game. That's they lone wolfer right there. They always try to make now dig this. White people do the same shit over and over and over all the time, right? But somehow the ones that do it is mental. Somehow they're mental. You want to know why that is, y'all? I say, do you want to know why that is? The same reason they over here in the chat right now about this Nolan Wells situation. Because they don't want everybody looking at them for the verminous, cannibalistic, degenerate cave devils that they are. They don't want the cave devilness is being exposed, right? It's being exposed, and so they over here in the tizzy. They trying to figure out. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all when this really started to kick off. I'm gonna tell y'all when this really started to kick off. This started to kick off when they boy Charlie Kirk got nexercised and nobody cared. They couldn't believe that we had the audacity, the niggerosity to not care about Chitlins Kirk. They start, if y'all notice, man, they've been on a they've been on a decline, y'all, ever since nobody was having any sympathy. Because let's keep it real, you know, up until a certain point, you know what I'm saying, black people was with the identity politics, and you know what I'm saying, when they go low, we go high, and you know, man, you don't want to make fun of nobody deaf, man. That ain't cool, man. You know what I'm saying, on some moral. Man, that all changed when they little buddy croaked. When they little buddy kicked the bucket. When he got caught talking out the side of his neck. That's when they start. That's when they started unraveling. And then just recently, when we didn't take the moral high ground, you know, and say that it was a tragedy that Austin died, man, Austin. We was like, man, and cuz Austin who? Austin what?
Listen.
Hold on. You talking about Austin the devil? Because that's that. Look, I was over here giving them the blues. They can't stand me.
Y'all some damn devils. It ain't no other way.
They can't stand me. They some devils. Actually, the one that really got them mad I had did Carmelo, Victim, and Austin
Some damn devils. It ain't no other way.
I had put the angel wings behind Carmelo and put Austin in the thug category, the devil category. Yeah, we talking like that. Yeah, Carol. Yeah, we doing it like that. You're sick, dude. Shut up, Carol. Do you remember the Austin challenge, Carol? Huh? You remember that? We wasn't even getting with y'all glamour back then. We was letting y'all slide back then. You remember the Austin challenge, Carol? Huh? Huh? You remember the George Floyd challenge, Carol? Huh? Grown-ass devil white men, little devil teen white men, putting knees on necks, laying in the ground with Skittles and Arizona tea. You remember that? Yeah, before you trolls start, hit that like button. It's free. You remember that? Because I'm gonna go a couple rounds with you. You said right here is why racism exists. No, nah, oh, it's racism. It's racism. Boy, this ain't stopping you from doing nothing. This hurt your feelings. Yeah, I know that. But it ain't stopping you from doing nothing. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Little bussy man. Little bussy dude. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's Austin. Austin would still be around if he would have kept his damn hands to himself. Yeah. He'd still be here if he had learned better. But he didn't learn because he was raised by a devil. Meet the Metcalfs, all devils. Austin, Jeff, and Hunter. They all fire-breathing devils. Now, my man said where the like button. It depends on which format you're watching. If you watching the horizontal one, I know you see it. If you watching the vertical, the portrait one, I think you got to pull it, like click on my name. If you click on my name, it should let you like it right there. But I appreciate that. Where you tapping in from? Molotov Juice Box. Ooh, are you a female? He said, where's the love button? Like, where's the love button? I didn't even read that right. My bad. But I appreciate the love, though. Straight up, though. This what I'm saying, though. Who is that? Who is that? Who? Corey Combat? Karahi Combat? What? Why you say your little weird ass name? I'm rambling and I don't make sense, Alex. Why are you here, Alex? Ask yourselves that. What kind of dweebs do y'all gotta be to be in somebody's chat and say some stuff like it really matters? Cheers, mate. Where you from? Overseas? I know what that means when you say cheers. Where you from? Where you from right now? Where you tapping in from? Molotov Juice Box. I bet you keep a towel on your neck cause your gap's so big you be spitting everywhere. That was too long and drawn out. Stop trying to Jones. That ain't something for you, homeboy. That ain't something you could do. Who is that? Terrence? Terrence Nagel? Terrence Nagel. That was garbage, my friend. But anyway, back to the proceedings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my girl, Ahmadiyah Shakur. She said some slick shit about Tariq, but that's all good. She's still busting down the facts, though. Hold on.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ahmadiyah Shakur. So today they finally laid Nolan Xavier Wells to rest in a beautiful homegoing service. Let's get into it. Nolan's parents really showed their resilience. They showed courage and strength, even though they're going through all of this grief and they're still trying to fight for justice for their son amid all of the hate that has been exhibited towards them just because people want to be nefarious. These people have not done anything other than try to get justice for their sons. And then, you know, I was thinking about how News Nation, the lady Katie that had Teslin Figaro and Officer Tatum on there, when the caption or the headline was tell Nolan's family, and this was basically Officer Tatum, these were his words, but Katie used them as the headline, basically saying tell Nolan's parents to stop interjecting race into the situation. That's interesting because his parents have never said that it was about race. In fact, they said that they hoped, they didn't want to think that it was about race. Okay, so please pay attention. You know, the people that are making this about race and who've made it about race since day one are the hateful minions. You know, the ones that are sending them the hate mail. The ones that are saying that this woman didn't care about her son and that basically this was the whole grift. The people have said so many, you know, racist and disparaging things. Those people, okay, they're the ones that made this about race. His parents never did. Alicia, okay, and they try to blame it on Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. They didn't make it about race either because they both said the same thing. We don't know if it was about race, but we can't discount that it could have been. That's what they said. But, you know, devils who don't like people who look like me, they'll always try to reverse the roles. Every accusation is always a confession. Please pay attention. Yeah. And also, as they tried to say that Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are just trying to get paid off of this, first of all, there has been no lawsuit filed so that Crump would get any money. Also, Al Sharpton said he doesn't get paid for these things. And to put his money where his mouth is, okay, he gave a $50,000 reward offer for the arrest and conviction of anyone that is possibly or that is involved in the death of Nolan. And then Tyler Perry came back and added 50 more to top that. But now I see that some of the hateful minions, they're even upset about that. Why do they even care? Are they afraid that that money may bring forward the truth, may get people to start talking, and then the truth comes out? I think that's exactly what it is. Okay, please pay attention. And then just to show how desperate some of these people are for a reach and to try to paint their own nefarious narrative, there is a lady who did a TikTok video talking about how she noticed that when there was an interview with Nolan's parents and then another interview with Tashima and her son Javon, well, she said they had the same background, like they were in the same house. But she never said why that was important. She just said that she thought it was weird that no one else thought it was important. My thing is, who cares? What if they were in the same house? But to me, it looked like a Zoom background. Okay, that's what it looked like. But even if they were in the same house, so what? They've already said that they're friends, that their children grew up together. So I don't understand what her logic was or what was her point in pointing that out. Right. You know, it's interesting that she points that out, but doesn't seem to think it's strange that Nolan's so-called friends never bothered to tell his mother that they had his phone and that she had to track it, that they never bothered to just offer up the keys and the phone and the wallet, but the parents had to go and retrieve those things. Right. She didn't think that was interesting. She didn't find that weird, but she thought that they had the same background in a video when they were being interviewed. If they were trying to hide anything, wouldn't they possibly have just, gone in two different rooms, even if they were in the same house? Because if they went in different rooms, I'm sure the backgrounds wouldn't look exactly alike. And so were they hiding anything? I don't think they were. So what was her point again? Okay, please, make it all make sense. Now, we also have found out recently, because of the GPS data being released, that Judge Ashley Cole wasn't so truthful and forthcoming about the timeline. Okay. And then also, speaking of her, she said that she has received bomb threats. Okay. All of these threats, and she posted them on her social media. Now, what I find interesting about that is that she previously said that she didn't want her young children to be seen, and all of that. So she shut down her social media real quick. But now it's back up. It's back opened up. Okay, because she wants everybody to see her receipts where she says that people are threatening her. To mind you, some of what she showed isn't threats. It's just people talking trash, saying that she's a liar, accusing Warren and his friends and all of that.
They always playing victim.
And it's not just, people who look like me. It's also people who look like her. But as it pertains to the bomb threats and all the other stuff, it all seems so ridiculous because the person was literally telling her, and they all came from the same account, but the person was literally telling her that they're going to send the bomb and where it's going to be and, how long she has before it detonates and all this stupid stuff. First of all, I wouldn't even have taken that serious. Well, I would have taken it serious enough to call the police, but I wouldn't have been so concerned about it because if they really were going to do something like that, why would they be telling all of the details? Why would they be sitting there saying what they're going to send, when they're going to send it, what it's going to look like, what kind of packaging it's going to be in, and how long you have before it detonates? Okay, it clearly sounded like someone just either trying to paint a narrative to portray her as the victim or someone who was just trying to be malicious. Okay, please pay attention. All I'm saying is that when people make threats and they're serious, they don't usually tend to lay out all of the details of the threat. And so supposedly this is why the FBI came down there to investigate the whole thing, because clearly that sort of threat would warrant a federal investigation. Okay, but in my opinion, this is nothing more than a Darvo tactic being used. Okay, please pay attention. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when someone who's a wrongdoer, okay, or someone who's accused of doing something wrong, rather than accept accountability, they just basically deny, attack, and reverse the victim and the offender. So they basically switch places, making themselves out to be the victim. Okay, please pay attention. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that's exactly what's going on here. I'm just saying that's what I think is going on here. It's my opinion. And just the other night, I was watching the movie Mississippi Burning, based on a true story about the 3 civil rights workers who went down to Mississippi to try to get people registered for voting. 2 of them were YT and 1 of them was BOK. They all turned up deleted, right? And the sheriff, who was a member of Triple K, got the other members of Triple K, who were also in the police department, to take them out. Now, thing is, when the FBI came down there and launched their investigation, what the sheriff was quick to say was that it was a hoax by that fella, Martin Luther King. That's what he said, that it was all a publicity stunt for the FBI. Okay, so basically calling it a hoax and saying it wasn't real. And isn't that the same thing that they said about Nolan's case? There were some of the minions out here saying that it was a psyop, saying that it was crisis actors, that it wasn't real. So I said all that to say this. These people who hate on us just because of who we are and what we look like, even though we've not done anything to them collectively, at the end of the day, they are their ancestors. And I'm not talking about the good white folk. I'm talking about the minions, okay? Y'all know.
Hey, I was just talking about that. Remember I just said about their ancestors? I told y'all it's the cat's out the bag, man. They can't get away from it. It's in them.
Exactly who I'm talking about. They are their ancestors. You see, nothing has changed. They were saying that back then in the 60s when they took out those civil rights workers. They wanted everybody to feel like, no, this is nothing to see here, folks. It's all just a hoax. It's a publicity stunt. It's not real. Why is the FBI here investigating us? Okay? It's the same way. And it's specifically the same way down there in Mississippi, in my opinion. Okay, please.
Hey, nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth, so help me. So look, there was some leaked audio that came out before. It was some leaked audio that came out before the actual before the press conference, and I'm gonna have to go back to Tish real quick because she said that this should have been revealed before the actual press conference came out.
Here's something that's pretty wild. Of course, I cannot verify this 100%, but I'm going to play something for you. You're going to listen to it, and I'm curious. My question is, did this woman give any other identifying ID? Was there more to the conversation maybe that we just aren't privy to? But did she legit call up and just say, I'm so-and-so from this place, and they just gave her information on the investigation?
This is Penelope. I'm with Folded News. I spoke with the sheriff about Nolan Wells. He stated to me that the body found on Horn Island is likely to be Nolan's. Has there been an official statement yet from the coroner confirming?
No, there has not. The deceased that was found does match the description of Nolan Wells, as well as the clothing. There's no reason to believe it's not him, but just given the circumstances and the condition of the remains, we're doing a DNA test to confirm 100% that it is him.
Were there signs of foul play or?
Their autopsy will be conducted tomorrow morning, so I don't have any information as to that at this time.
Okay, and do you know who?
The autopsy will tell us those details.
Anyway, this is the information that was leaked prior to the public announcement regarding Nolan's body being found. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not believe prior to the official statement, the official press conference, that they are supposed to be giving information out to the public, much less people they have no idea are who they say they are. So this is really sus and seems very unprofessional. Here's something.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. That right there says a lot. I don't know. Hey, man, I don't know, man. Yeah, but listen. Oh, excuse me. Stuff is coming out, and we can't leave no stone unturned. You know what I mean? And listen to this. I want to talk about this one interview with these so-called experts with your boy here. I think his name is Chris Cuomo. But I want you to hear this. I want y'all to hear this real quick. And this little punk governor talking about he don't know no facts about the case, but he know facts about the case.
I've yet to see a fact or a piece of evidence that suggests any foul play. But if there is, I feel confident that the sheriff's office, the district attorney's office, the members at the Department of Public Safety that deal with these crimes, if there had been one, they will find it and they will do what is necessary.
Well, if you don't know anything, why are you talking? Because it's starting to bubble up as important. And that's why we're covering on Cuomo Crime Time, and you can go get the podcast anywhere you get podcasts. It's free. Subscribe. We're taking on these kinds of cases and showing you the inside from the people who are pros in figuring this out as opposed to just peddling conspiracies. So, will the family of the dead 18-year-old, Nolan Wells, start getting answers about how exactly this happened? Nolan was the only black kid in his friend group of 5 who went out on the boat that July 4th. Does that matter? Nolan was also the only one who never returned. That obviously matters. His
Oh, my mic was off. My bad. What I was saying was, for those who can't see Chris Cuomo's face, thank you, y'all. I appreciate y'all too. Y'all make sure I'm on my thing. For y'all that can't see Chris Cuomo's face, that's because you're on the portrait feed, the one that go up and down, right? If y'all want to see the whole screen, go over there to the horizontal one, there's 2 different feeds on whatever perspective channel you on. So like I think you click on my face or the name of the channel, and then you'll see 2 feeds. If I'm not mistaken, it's the top feed. That's the long one. It's 2 feeds on every channel. The top one is the long one. Plus you need to be on there too, because that's the one I need you on the long one. So y'all don't miss nothing. So if y'all need to switch over, everybody that needs to switch over, go ahead and switch over to the long one. You dig what I'm saying? That way you can see the full screen. But back to the regular scheduled program.
Body was found 2 days after he was reported missing near the shoreline off Horn Island. Did he die in the water or did he die on land? That we're going to know. Police initially said they did not suspect foul play, but his family is insisting on a full investigation. Yesterday, the DA met with Nolan's parents. Afterwards, the family said the case will be presented to a grand jury once the investigation is complete. Interesting. They also said Nolan's phone, which he didn't keep with him when he was separated from his friends, will undergo a forensic inspection from both state and the family's chosen experts. The family believes some of Nolan's messages may have been deleted. Why do they believe that? There's also been new audio released of the boys on the boat that afternoon. Does it mean anything? Let's get some answers. Let's bring in former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer and civil rights attorney Ariva Martin.
That's a name for your ass, ain't it? Coffindaffer? Jennifer Coffindaffer. Cherry, I sure will. Thanks for tapping in. Smash that like and subscribe so you don't miss none of these. We going in on them. But he said Coffindaffer. That one made me pause real quick.
It's good to have you both. Jennifer, let's start with the nuts and bolts. The audio, does it advance understanding?
Not really, Chris. I guess in a sense, it advances the fact that they were discussing leaking on the boat, that a bilge had an issue. Really, that was it. There was nothing in it that showed anything nefarious, any fighting or anything along those lines. So in that aspect, yes, it gave more clarity.
When the investigation is done, we will present it to a grand jury. Now, Ariva, that can mean something. It can mean nothing, because you can always go to a grand jury. It kind of gives the accountability over to the jury.
No, I think it's an important development, Chris, in this case. This case, basically, Nolan Wells died, and his death is a mystery to all of us at this point. And when you have a case of this nature, a suspicious murder, suspicious death, I shouldn't say murder because we don't know at this point, but a suspicious death, I think it's appropriate for this case to be submitted to a grand jury. And I believe the independent investigation that's happening with respect to the phone is appropriate, as well as this independent autopsy, which the family has also commissioned as well. Look, you got to look at Mississippi. You have to look at the history of racial terror in Mississippi, the history of African-American victims in a state like Mississippi. And I would concur with the family that they should have independent forensic evidence that is presented to a grand jury, because there is no trust that this family has in this law enforcement agency. You have the governor coming out making statements. You said yourself, Chris, if you don't know anything, why are you talking? So to even have a governor weigh in at this early stage is seemingly inappropriate, particularly since we don't know the facts, and this notion that there's no foul play, there's no evidence to support that statement whatsoever.
That answer will be, that question will be answered in large part, Jennifer, by the autopsy. Am I correct?
Absolutely. That autopsy is going to show, listen, is there water in the lungs or wasn't there water in the lungs? If there's water in the lungs, that is going to show he likely drowned. If there isn't, that would show that there was foul play and that something happened in advance of him going.
And this is what I'm telling y'all before we go on. What we do know is that if there was water in the lungs and they could say that he drowned, then that would be the end of shut off. Closed case is done. He's sorry he drowned. No matter if they pushed him in the water, held his hand in the water, no matter what, he drowned. Case closed. Story over. It's done. But we know that didn't happen. We know that did not happen. So, you know,
going into that water. So the autopsy is key along with the toxicology. And this is points of evidence that are independent, meaning no matter what, both individuals, whether it's the ME or whether it's the independent people conducting the autopsy, should come to the same conclusion because it's scientific.
So, Dusty, when you were answering the question,
and is that the reason why they haven't released it yet? Because they know what they initially had, which is probably on some sort of kind of record, which I doubt that the record can't be changed or altered in any way. I mean, it is their county, and then we are talking about some very high officials that can make moves, obviously. But why wouldn't y'all? How are they even allowed to wait for the other ones? And this, like somebody just said in the chat, it's been damn near 3 weeks now. No, we running up on 2 weeks though, for real, for real. I think it's what, day 17. It's day 17 because it was day 16 yesterday, y'all. It's day 17 of the investigation, and we still ain't got the initial autopsy from the initial group. Why is that? The body been done left, everything's all over already. Why is that?
said to me, what about the toxicology? Would that decide it? In truth, it goes with your answer. I'll give it to you, Ariva. If there's water in the lungs and the toxicology shows the presence of things, it might help explain why he drowned, but it's still a drowning. And if there's toxicology that's really high and there's no water in the lungs, then it could be suggestive of drugs, but it's what else the autopsy shows, right? Because you can be high and also have been strangled. You know what I mean? You got to see what the autopsy is.
You can be intoxicated and still be pushed into water and drowned by other people.
Yeah.
So the drowning itself or water in the lungs is not going to be dispositive about whether a crime was committed in this case. We have to have the complete evidence. I want to know what those friends know. We've been getting these shifting narratives, Chris, about what happened that day. Did he stay behind with the girl? Was the girl even on the island? There's some accounts that the girl left the island and wasn't on the island with Nolan Wells. What did his friends know? When did they come forward with the information that they did have access to? So I don't think water in the lungs alone, or even whatever we learn from this toxicology report alone, is going to give us all the answers this family and this community deserve.
I know it's not satisfying, Jennifer, but what I keep saying to people is, all I know is at this point, it's not wrong to be asking questions. Exactly. When you get the autopsy back and they give it to you and it seems to check out with other forensic experts that this seems right, that's when you start exhausting the questions and the answers. But right now, they need to get that piece involved. And as soon as they do, I'm coming back to you so that you can help me understand what we now know and what we still need to know and what it means. Jennifer Coffindaffer, thank you as always. Ariva Martin, good to see you.
I thought that was interesting, though, because, you know, y'all kind of see how a quote unquote news organization talks when they actually able to talk on some realness, you know, like unbiased opinion, right? Not saying Chris Cuomo by any means is any saint or anything like that, but you just see how the language is just quite different when it's not on such a corporate setting. You know what I mean? Now, in addition to the other ways, because we know that there's two things that we can hit on. I did want, because Shorty, shout out to Amiri. Amiri broke it down, and she touched on something that I thought was funny about his black friends, so to speak, right? She said Javon shared he was blocked from getting on the boat with Nolan. And this is something that I had went into earlier when I was like, you know, there was some people that was supposed to get on that boat but did not, right? And let's make sure we all up to speed. Because as of right now, there's two ways this could have went. Either he could have got done in from his friends, or he could have got left to get done in by Katie and her people. Are we in agreement with that? I'm talking to my chat. I'm talking to my people. Are we in agreement with that? that now there's two possibilities on which way this could have went, right? And we just dealing from the island, because it's either he got left or he made it off, right? It's only one or two, right? Either he left the island or he made it, or he stayed, right? It's one of the two. So if he left the island, then that's on the homeboys and what they did, right? If he stayed on the island, well, now we got to be looking at Katie funny, right? Is that where we at? Eunice, that's she with me. Eunice is with me. I just want to make sure we get in a clear account, because now that we've been introduced to new information, there's two possibilities, and it's all starting from whether he left that island or not. Because if he didn't leave the island, then that means the picture is not of that night, and that ain't Nolan, and he ain't get beat up and all of that. I won't go that far, but I'm just saying, at least the other things that we know, though, it's only one or two ways. He said, if they would have blocked me, I would have said, Nolan, get off that boat. These people tripping. Diggory Pat. He said, exactly. If there are images of him after the boys were towed away, it would be hard to say they heard him on the island. Right. Right? Because it's only one or two things. Either he got off the island or he did not get off the island. If he got off the island, then they fabricated all of that story and they really did him in like they said they did him in. If he stayed on the island and they left, that don't let them off the hook. That don't let them off the hook, but that does say that they are more likely not the ones that inflicted the actual harm. That don't mean that they not complicit. That don't mean that they didn't serve Nolan up on a platter to them folks, because like we said, Javon shared that he was blocked from getting on the boat with Nolan. Hold on. Let me let her cook out real quick.
I think the worst thing that has happened in this case with people that have spoken out so far is that Javon did an interview on TMZ, and his mother and Javon did an interview together, I think on the Laura Coates show.
Yep.
That second interview on the Laura Coates show is not going away. In fact, it is being widely discussed today that people are turning their attention not just to Javon, but the manner in which the interview was conducted. Yep. People have slowed down the video and they questioned some of Javon's mother's actions.
Yep.
And the interview gives the impression that she was limiting Javon in what he should answer to. And when she herself was speaking, she elaborated on how she got the phone and that Wyatt had to get up and go get the phone from his truck. But she was limiting Javon on what he should say. So she elaborated and told us they took 15 minutes to get the phone, and did you have to walk back to Horn Island or go back to Horn Island to get it? But I noticed she wanted to limit Javon to either she answered for him and said, well, he doesn't have anything else to tell me, which is very strange. And I said that day. And they slowed down the video, and people believe they see that when Javon was asked, when did you last see him, etc., she nudged him to get him to shorten or end his sentence.
Yeah.
Now, even without the nudging, it was very problematic that she said, well, he doesn't have anything else to tell me. That in itself was strange, but it's not going away. And I really feel badly for the Wells family, because clearly the people who said out loud that took Nolan to Horn Island several times on helping with what happened to their son. But I think the worst thing that could happen right now is to find out that Javon and or Javon's mother knows more than they're saying, and that she is trying to silence her son from speaking the truth. You let me know your thoughts. I really hate that, because the optics on that interview with them speaking was not good. And now it's going viral again. Let me know your thoughts.
I agree with that. Not saying that the little dude, but we got to consider that these people got to live in that town. And hopefully that this bread put up, hopefully this money that they just put up, give people a little bit more motivation, you know? Said Nolan left with them and they murdered him, and his so-called friends at the house took his body back and dumped him. I mean, that's we in the parallel universe, right? Because it's all hinged on one thing. If he made it off the island, I'm just saying, like, from the friends that he came with, either he left with him or he did not. If he did, they trying to cover it up. If not, they telling the truth. That's the implication too, y'all. If Nolan was actually left on the island and Katie dad and them had something to do with that, and all them other people on the island, that does mean that they're telling the truth, you know. That don't mean they didn't serve him up, but it does mean that what they did checks out. I'm still believing that they served him up based off how they acted towards the parents and all the other factors. I made them devils for a reason. So it ain't no cape. There's no cape on that. Right? No caperism. But if so, then they do got something. You wouldn't be surprised if they injected Nolan with something. That could be true too. But think about what Kimmy said though when we on the ritual side of the game. Let's not forget, we got to take everything into account. Let's not forget that these is people who like to do lynchings, that done the most lynchings. And we're talking about those amongst their society that has the most freedom to do whatever they want to do. And a good old boy network system to cover it up, as we've seen. We got to start from there. So that means we cannot throw out that whether the friends did it or served them up, that's a possibility. Because like I told y'all, them lynchings don't go nowhere. That feeling, that wanting to do that jolt they get from it, that listen, you gonna want to do that again. And you gonna try to figure out, I mean, the best way you can do it possible. You gonna figure something out on how you can get that thirst and that little taste back. Yep, that phone is a key too. I agree. Because look, in all, that's where the mess up come in at. They were sloppy. Cause look, what is true is this too. Whether they left them on the island or not, that phone threw a monkey wrench in it. That's something they didn't account for. They were so worried about the body, but forgot about the phone. Because if we going with the thought of, they wasn't involved, but they served them up, then that still means that they know about it. And that still means they still had to come up with something decent for leaving their quote unquote so-called friend behind. Don't act like people don't evolve and learn sneakier or and craftier ways to get their little bloodlust. No, we ain't waiting to see nothing. What you don't like is that I'm pointing out how you and your people get down. We know about all the stories. Those people didn't just dissolve and wither away. It's still generations around that was doing that. That was just they got pictures of that. That that was just in the 50s and the 60s. That's not that far away, bro. And the family mementos and all the stuff that y'all done passed down. I know at least one of y'all in the chat right now got a auntie that got from old grandma, Papa Joe, a mason jar with some nigger knuckles in it. And y'all can't wait for Thanksgiving for old Papa Joe to get drunk and pull out the nigger knuckles and tell y'all the story about it. Y'all sit around the campfire with some s'mores and listen to the horrific story of lynching. And you can't tell me y'all don't do that because your girl over there, Australia, eating babies. Explain that to me. Huh? I can't hear you. I cannot hear you, bro. It's funny when I be getting to talking that real, them little Twitter fingers stop, don't they? It's the truth, man. It's the truth. It's the mother-loving truth, brother. Yep, it's the truth. You say your great grandma was alive, was a slave owner, a slave owner's daughter. I mean, hey, that's a part. Hey, thanks for sharing. I could appreciate you leaning into it. You know who your people is. Hopefully, you trying to break the cycle. You know. Hopefully, you trying to break the cycle. You say, Diggery. I mean, Pat. You say, girl set him up. Could Javon and the white boys could have been jealous of Nolan? Did Javon go out looking for Nolan? At this point, it could be anyone, but the white boys seem guilty as hell. That's what I'm saying. Well, because of course they got the smarts and the know-how. This is another thing that even just removing yourself from the situation and looking at it, it seems like they all well-to-do. You know what I'm saying? But it's only a few set of boys that had the knowledge on what steps to take to quote unquote protect themselves legally. Who would that be? The judges. My mom's a judge, bro. You know what I mean? So you're totally right on that. Yeah, she should have left the casket open. I Flower Pots, I said the same thing. Because we should have been able to see what happened. We definitely should have been able to see what happened. Yeah. But you know what? They wasn't gonna air that. That wouldn't have been on that wouldn't have been on they not doing that. They know what happened last time. The last time that happened, it went up. We said y'all finna give us civil rights and give them to us now. We ain't playing. It went up last time that happened. They ain't finna do that again. I tell you that. They are not gonna do that again. The only way, you know what? I bet you they gonna leak some pictures. Some thirsty little scumbucket snow roach is gonna leak some pictures on Reddit or something, and then you gonna see it in the comment sections of your posts on social media. Bet. That's what's gonna happen. Yep, some pictures is gonna come out of nowhere, and they're gonna be. But see, if they was smart and they really want to amp up the beef, they'll release them now. But that's why they didn't release them now. That's probably why they making the autopsy go so long, because the temperature's too hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we in a full court press right now, and I'm proud of my people. I'm proud of how we handling this right now, because we know what the deal is. They've been trying to make us get outside since the orange man then got in there. They've been trying to get us outside for a long time, and y'all better believe that this is what all of these cases and all of these decisions and all of that in succession, all of these things happen. It's no coincidence. Trust you and believe in me. I have been doing this stomp down. I'm talking about really into this politics thing, trying to be on every set, trying to be on every whoop. Listen. I'm telling you. Don't think this is not a manipulation tactic on the propaganda side of the game from them folks to get us super duper riled up and thinking emotionally and getting out in the streets and this, that, and the third and boop, boopity boop. Because look, they popping babies, they hanging MFers, they drowning high school football stars. Brother go to a festival, they trying to cut his neck off. Another brother went swimming with his little football team, drowned, and nobody know what's up, right? And yes, we talking about the things that have a racial tone to it. And it's because they have a racial tone to it. It is their arrogance and their audacity and their boldness and their upfrontness with I'm white and I say so. Like we just supposed to hold these L's. But what's actually happening is getting us more politically astute, politically aware. We coming together more, we're getting on code more. We shunning the people in the community that don't mean us no harm, don't mean us no good. Right? Changing behaviors, right? Spending habits. Look at all what we doing right now. Somebody said earlier, black people, we on fire right now. And ain't nobody finna tell me nothing. It's done with that on we don't stick together. Black people don't got no unity. Bullshit. Bullshit. We've been on belt to ass sets. No liabilities. All belt to assets. Ain't letting not a damn thing slide. Ain't Nathan slided. I'm talking about you. You bet not say anything in the news about a black American right now. A foundation. You bet not. It better not be under your breath. It better not be a quote from some a misunderstanding. It better not be nothing. Cause we on your buttocks right now. I love us right now. I love us so much right now. Give yourselves a round of applause. Pat yourself on the back. Cause it ain't me. I'm just up. I'm talking. Only reason that it is what it is because of y'all. This is y'all is how I know. Cause it's stomped down people that come rock with me, ride with me, and giving people to work, hey, setting up the fortress. Hey, come on now. Come on. I'm just disseminating information. It's all of us that make it the force multiplier though. It's all of us that give it what it is. We got people choosing up. We got people cosplaying, people trying to hop on the bandwagon now. We always been black. What y'all talking about? Everybody in that diaspora black. You know, if they pull you over, they can't tell which one are we in if we get pulled up. You know, I'm so sick and tired of that one though. The pulled over, like every black person do crime. Like that is so condescending. Okay, but but I love us, man. We are doing a phenomenal job. I am proud of black people. Black people stand up. Don't never let these snow roaches talk you down. Don't never let the Mayo Mafia come for you. You know what I'm saying? We rebuking all palm-colored people. All palm-colored devil people. Because, look, if you over there mad in the chat, if the shoe fit, wear it, right? Everybody ain't a scumbag. Like y'all. I feature a lot of our white brethren and sistren that actually get it on the channel all the time. And y'all hate them. Y'all hate when I be playing the people who be chopping it down and saying the knowledge. Y'all don't be listening to your folks, but y'all rather listen to the BS. That says a lot about you. So I don't want to hear that. Oh, he's racist. My boy Sam, he's a regular on here. Kim, she didn't just came a part of the little thing because she be spitting. It's a lot of them, and then I'll be snatching them from here and there and here and there. It's people that get it. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Well, I do know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all dweebs. But we need dweebs, though. So I ain't going to beat y'all up too bad, dweebs. Nah, none of the. Oh, hold up. Oh, good. Breeze. Thank you so much. Helping move the program along. You sly devil. You sly fox, you. That was a great look. You made me think about something. I got this right here so y'all can see who actually showed up real quick. You know I scour for y'all. Y'all know y'all my peoples. So I got to get the goodies for you. You know what I'm talking about? But I had grabbed this though. Hold on, let me show you this real quick. So this is like the teammates that came. Now, I got something to say about this. Now, what's going on, Dave? Listen, y'all smash the like button like Dave say, man. Listen to the guy, man. Now listen, y'all see all them folks show up, right? Now, you would think that this town is full of YT people. These is his teammates. Yeah, I'm inclined to think the white dude in the front was the coach. Why we ain't hear from him? Good point, Miss Thomas. Good point. 007. Look at that. Who that is? Who that is? Who them is? Who them? I know he ain't in no damn school. That boy look like Michael McDonald. I'm just trying to understand. I know ain't nobody else had nothing to speak up and say. That's a lot of okay, trainers, masseuses, whatever. What are we talking? We talking about Nolan, the star dude. He just had a stellar season. I seen highlights of Cuz and all of that, making fantastic NFL catches and all that. We ain't talking about no regular dude. We talking about Nolan, the high yellow mix kid that was good at sports. Yeah, I agree with you on that though, Christian, just on some realness though. Of course they should. I don't think they should have showed up to the funeral out of respect anyway. Out of respect of the fact that they already played in everybody's faces. You know what? They could have came to the funeral if they was out there looking for their homeboy that night. If they was concerned about getting their homeboy back his phone. If they was on social media in chats and groups trying to see did Nolan get home safe from the poop from the island instead of calling the Coast Guard allegedly, supposedly. Instead of doing that, if they would have been, if they would have when the mom came to, first of all, the mom shouldn't have had to come get the phone. They should have took it back. If they was homeboys, they would have known where Nolan lived at, right? So that's other stuff that I'm thinking like, yeah, they must not really be friends like that. Because you should have ran. If you thought something was wrong, instead of calling her on the phone, you should have took the phone over there. Or even if the least bit, I can understand being scared. I can understand not being able to break down the situation or anything like that. You know what I mean? When they came over to the house to get the phone, instead of making them wait out at the front door for 15 minutes, it should have been a quick powwow, a quick, dare I say, candlelight visual. They should have been reminiscing. They should have been asking, what can they do? They should have already been offering the boat that was allegedly fixed to go back there and look for their damn friend. We just talking about the stuff that they did not do. If they would have did those things, they could have came to the funeral. If they would have did those things, they probably would have. They probably would have let them speak at the funeral with they I don't see color face asses. Now dig that. That's how good to a default black those type of black people are, really. Let's just keep it real. If they would have did whatever they had to do, they would have been on some, oh, we don't think they would have drowned Nolan. Those are his friends, those are his buddies. And they would have been at the damn funeral talking, well, when I knew Nolan and he did a touchdown one time, they would have, come on now. You said they probably done sold the boat. Now, they done had 2 weeks. white bro code is different than the world's bro code. Man, that's a profound statement right there. Money Mike, for real, for real. You say nah because they could have did and still covered it XYZ. But this is what I'm saying, man. Like, I'm using deductive reasoning and thinking too. In addition to what's being said, I'm also definitely counting what's not being said. And even with everybody in the chat and all over social media, you know, he drowned, he this, that, and the other, and blue, blue, school, boo, bam, bam, bam. Well, okay. If he did, now you got to think about why are people saying that? And they're saying it for one reason only, y'all. Dig this. This is the kicker. They're saying that to get the heat off of their people. Because not everybody is like that. We're not all racist, murderous, gang up on lynchers. Think about this, y'all. It's totally selfish on their behalf. It's not because they care or anything. The only thing they care about is themselves. Very narcissistic. But they care about their perception. Because, you know, most racist people want to be hidden. They want to, you know, they what's happening right now? They're getting found out. So they losing their jobs and this, that, and the third, right? They only concerned about how they look in this situation. And the reason why it's hitting so home is because you got some good old regular ass dweeb looking dudes that they can see their sons and their nephews and their cousins and all of that in being looked at like some ravishing, bloodthirsty, love to do what you call lynching devils. And now they mad because we didn't brought up all the little history about all the stuff they do. This is hence the reason for DEI. I mean, or what they call in the school, what they call that shit, what they call it, trying to take the black education out of the schools. What they call that? What is it called, man? It was a really big thing here recently. Taking the black history out the school. What that's called, y'all? I know we got some smart people in here. It's gonna bother me if I can't remember what it is. But that's, you know, now we bringing up all the history that they trying to take out of school right now, right? About all the little CRT, that critical race theory. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's right. Critical race theory. So think about it. Tie this all in together, y'all. This Nolan situation is painting a very large picture of what's going on in society today. Right? We have if we add it up, we have the perfect ingredients for a lynching, right? We got innocent Nolan Wells who won't do nothing, who has the trust of his friends, and blah blah blah. But you know what he's guilty of? He's guilty of getting at them white girls. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they love some Nolan soul pole. Nolan was knocking them down. And when they see Nolan, they see ain't gonna be no future in Mississippi and Ocean Springs because they all gonna be little nigglets. They all gonna be little nigglets. And it's not funny. But when they see Nolan Wells, they see the destruction of the white race, white power, right? And so let's not act like that the KKK is not still actively recruiting members, okay? Let's not act like that. Let's not also act like that a lot of the people there were definitely there back in the day and are still around right now. Let's not act like that's not happening. Let's not act like there's still not a recruitment process. Let's not act like that. Let's not act like that there was a lot of people involved in the coordination of lynchings. Do y'all know about lynchings? Do you know they used to send postcards? People used to take trains to the town. It was right after church service. You know, everybody then spread the word through telegraph and through this, that, and the third. What? That don't go away, y'all. And you want to know why we know it don't go away? Because we got an old girl eating on her baby right now today. Right now today, they doing that. Is that far-fetched? No, it's not. But I will tell you this. To them, you're not really supreme unless you can impose your will on the innocent. Sort of like what? A ritual? How we know that wasn't an initiation? Y'all want to talk about Bloods and Crips and this, that, and the other one? Well, why we don't never talk about this gang? This gang is still out there live getting members. I'm that baby's puppy. This all I'm saying. I'm just saying let's not consider that. And then we got the usual bait. The usual bait as usual. What is it? What is it always over? What is it always over? It's always over the Baxter. It's all every single gosh darn time. It's always over the Beckalicious. It's always over the Beck geranium. Every time we look around. Do you think any of the dweebs in that friend group didn't like her or those like her? They like, we got more money than Nolan. You should like me. I got way more money. My mom's a judge. Do you know who my dad is, bro? Do you know who my mom is, bro? I drive an M5 BMW with the super exhaust tips and the chip, and I got a what they call it I got a carbon fiber spoiler. You shouldn't like him. You should like me. Nolan's a nigger. And then all right, and then we still dealing on the island, right? So Nolan and them set up the play for them folks. And who was them folks? Her dad's the old fire police chief. Don't they always be in law enforcement or some part of the local government? I mean, from the past, ain't that how they always get away with stuff? I'm just saying. Let's put the 1 and the 1 and the 2s and the 2s together. You did. You think none of these look, let's check them out again now. Cause I don't think y'all seen their faces enough. Let's go with the grand dweeb. You think this dude didn't like Katie? Matter of fact, if his mom wasn't a judge and he had a pool in the back of his joint with lake access or water access, do you think he would get any chicks? Warren? Do you think Warren would get any chicks without any money? Chalk demon? Yeah. You think, do you think this, hold up, that's Warren, y'all. For those that ain't seen. Do you think Eric was getting chicks? Eric the stud? Hold up. Let me give him the benefit of check him out. Check your boy out. Look at that hair, for Christ's sakes. Who is that? Kelso's little brother? Who is that? It's the hair alone. He's not doing nothing. Do you know who my dad is, bro? My dad owns the largest dealership in Mississippi, bro. I don't know who is on, but it's something like that. You know who my dad is, bro? Oh no, I ain't even got to Wyatt yet. Ain't even got there yet. I just want y'all to see these faces, man, and get a good look at these so-called friends. Uh-oh, bad suit Wyatt. First prize. First prize in the milking competition. Wyatt. That nigga look like he just accepted a trophy for the first place milking competition. That nigga's fast as hell with them udders. That nigga's the fastest udder diddler in the East. That nigga, that nigga got on his outfit because he done won the last 10 county fairs. For come on, man. That nigga's a part-time sheep wrangler. You think Wyatt getting some chicks? That nigga wrestled ostriches on the weekends. That nigga's proficient in skinning possums. Oh my God. Are you serious? That nigga once camped out in a PetSmart doghouse for free. And didn't even record it. Didn't put it up or nothing. He just wanted to see if he could do it. Nigga look like he from the Candyland plantation. Come on, man. Y'all telling me these dudes didn't have no reason to be jealous of Nolan? Hold on. Look at this guy. Little Eli Campion. That nigga look like a German throat juggler. He get. Hold on, let me give y'all his real face. I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt. It's the hair for me though. Them dudes ain't getting nothing. Them dudes ain't getting nothing with that hair like that, fam. He ain't got nothing. He got, and that's that nigga's 12th grade graduation picture. He graduated looking like a dweeb. He ain't got nothing coming. It's a Cooter Creek original. Cooters Creek. Cooters Creek. Not Cooters Creek. Your boy right there. What you mean, who cared? They cared. They were supposed to be Nolan's friends. They deserve ridicule for the things that they've done. They deserve me getting on his ass. Your boy looking like an apprentice at Geek Squad. Like he locked himself in the room and he played D&D games on holidays all by himself. And he brags about one dice that he has that has 64 sides. He got a 64-sided dice. And he's happy about that. Look at your boy right there. Hold on, let me give you the real face. I'm just saying, is this the face that says I'm a ladies' man? That nigga look like he just graduated from DuVry. That nigga look like he just graduated from a schematic CAD program. That nigga looked like he carried 2 transistors in his wallet. Ah, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, man. The jokes write themselves. Gosh darn it. Oh, they deserve all the ridicule, fam. Look what they did to their so-called homeboy. Okay. Let's hear from my brother. My brother's he's very sensitive with his approach. Shout out to my boy Brian Lloyd. Brian Lloyd, I featured him one time a couple videos ago. But just very simple questions. Come on, Brian. Oh, hold on. I ain't get to Brian. Hold on. We get to Brian. Brian Lloyd, y'all.
All right, guys. So I just want to walk through some assumptive scenarios in regards to the Nolan Wells situation, right? So more stuff has come out. These are just assumptions, my opinions. All right. If I try to piece everything together from the start. So Horn Island, they go out there, they're on Horn Island. Apparently there's an altercation. However, his friend, Tristan, mentioned that it was him in the altercation. Okay. Katie McCormick is talking to Nolan. She states that she sees Nolan get back to the boat with his friends. Also, if there were some sort of physical fight on the island, it would have been seen and it would have been noticed because there were many people out there. So we know that that did not happen, at least a physical altercation, assuming he got back on the boat, which still makes more sense for him to get back on the boat. They come in from Horn Island, they dock in Evan's backyard. Because now we know and understand that Evan has a boat dock in his backyard. Not only does he have a boat dock, he has a swimming pool in his backyard. So goes back to the pool party pic, which still don't know when the pic was taken. Yes, a friend, we think is a friend, Tristan, said that that pic was taken June 27th. However, we know that metadata can be skewed and it can be altered, which I mentioned in a previous video that the pic, the metadata of the pic and everything was submitted anonymously, okay? So the person that submitted the pic didn't give their information. So anyways, even if the pic wasn't from July 4th, still, it is very safe to say that on the 4th of July, those boys got back, docked at Evan's house in his backyard in the boat dock, went to the pool to continue their fun, continue their party. We also have social media, online messages from one of the kids who was supposedly at the party who stated what happened. That individual said that there was a physical altercation between Wyatt and Nolan, and others jumped in. And it became very bad and very brutal. If a situation happened to where the altercation got bad, where we unalived an individual, they mentioned that they had to identify him through his dental records. So if they had to identify him through his dental records, that would make sense. Remember the nurses that came online basically stating that they were told that the body had been burned and it looked like he'd been tortured. If the scenario happened to where they did something intentionally to Nolan or accidentally, and kids being 18, 19 years old, privileged, thinking that they can cover it up, there's a chance that they could have tried to burn his body to cover it up. And that probably didn't work out. Now, they didn't want to hand the phone over to the mom when she was pinging the phone and she was asking for it. They had to go and get that phone, which is another red flag. The body initially wasn't on Horn Island until 2 days later. So if the boat dock is right there and they're still holding on to the body, they could have easily brought that body back to the island for it to be washed up. So with all of that being said, the parents lawyered up right away. The sheriff's office trying to rule it as an accidental drowning, just trying to get this over and done with as quickly as possible should be alarming. Yep. Because when you're innocent, you don't go into hiding. Everyone knows that. You don't go into hiding. If I was being accused of something that I didn't do, guess what? I'm going to come out about it right away and let you know it wasn't me. I'll tell you what happened. This is what happened. X, Y, and Z. Yada, yada, yada. That's the person. And I'm pointing them out. I don't care. Call me a snitch. I'm snitching. It was him. That's what I'm saying. It's just not looking good. It's not looking favorable. But that's my 2 cents. We'll see what happens when more information comes out. But yeah, I just don't see way out for these kids, the parents, the sheriff's department. I just don't see how this ends well for them. All right, guys. So I just want to walk.
And now, I mean, come on now. That was very sensibly laid out, right? That's based off all the information that we've been given so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to him. That's why I featured him. He said what needed to be said. He asked the questions that needed to be asked. I think it was masterful, his tact and the way he put that together. I mean, how is it far off from that? And if that's the case, that don't make sense. It don't. It don't make sense at all. Now, I don't know if y'all know. Let's talk about that photo, right? Because we only saying that something happened at the crib because of the photo, right? And the little testimony that we had got from old girl who said claim that she know what had happened. Well, Dean Noel, which is what's his name? Aaron, I think. His son. Hold on, let me see. I think she say his son's name. but that's the one who boat that they was on. Here, I'll let her tell you.
Mr. Dean, your son deleted one photo out of many photos in the carousel. Just the photo that happened to be the only photo of Nolan and the only photo of the pool party with the basketball goal that he was allegedly killed at. Now, if your son couldn't take the comments, why didn't he just turn the comments off? Are you aware you can turn comments off? He deleted one photo and kept the other 10 and deleted the one photo that would have exonerated him and proven the party was on the 27th, but he deleted that one. Okay? Sir, y'all have very bad lawyers over there, and you're never going to be able to out-lawyer me. So keep talking, sir. Keep talking, because you just... Go to the police, sir. Go get that 100 racks, baby. You need that 100 racks. Go get that 100 racks.
So just to be clear, what the text says is, because people were making terrible comments and accusing him of doing something terrible, why does it matter? Why are y'all still down a path that is so dumb? He was with all his friends from BSL and his girlfriend and nowhere near Horn Island. I don't know if y'all can appreciate this enough. He wasn't there, and Nolan wasn't in Bay St. Louis. Is that clear? So everybody's speaking up with all of this stuff coming out now. You say 100 racks ain't enough money, that's short money to them? Yeah, I hear you there, for real, for real. Oh, I hear you, for real, for real. Like, that's something I definitely thought about. Like, yeah, you might have to come with a little bit more than a hundo. You know what I'm saying? Like, to make somebody really talk. But the friend, everybody on the friend, though. Hold on, we still got to explore that part.
Oh, just messed up, right? That wasn't smart at all. These kids think they slick, but they not slicker than us. They not slick enough. Hold on to every word he just says. That's very bad news for the other best friend. What he just says contradicts, and I'll be real, it even indicts and take away the other best friend claims of being innocent. What he just said is very bad for the other best friend. Let me explain. Javon just said, yo, the person who was screaming and yelling in the video, who was so hostile, we had to remove him from off the island. That was Tristan Shepard. That was the other friend. Now, hold on to what he just said, because it's very important. Don't let go of those words. It was Tristan Shepard who was quote unquote screaming. And it was Tristan Shepard who was so hostile and so out of control, they had to move him off the island earlier in the day.
Developments tonight in the mysterious death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells. For the first time, one of Wells' friends who was with him during that 4th of July boating trip is speaking out. He's responding to the growing questions surrounding the teen's death and the speculation that has exploded online. Investigators say Wells disappeared during a trip to Horn Island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. His body was found there 2 days later. 16 WAPT's Carlos Garcia here now with us with what that friend is saying, Carlos.
That's right. Well, Nolan Wells' friend says that it wasn't Nolan that was featured in a viral video appearing to show several people arguing, but rather it was him engaging in the verbal altercation while Nolan was elsewhere.
I just know I've lost my best friend.
For the first time, a friend who was with 18-year-old Nolan Wells the day he disappeared is speaking out. Tristan Shepard declined to appear on camera, saying he and the others who were on the boat have been receiving threats.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all care.
Y'all know y'all just messed up, right? That wasn't smart at all. These
right? I just think all of this friend shit is weird to me. So the friends that took him to the island and the friends that speaking up, none of them actually sound like friends. What is people's definition of friends? Because none of these people is it. If anything, it sounds like they're being paid off to throw more monkey wrenches in the case. I mean, that's just to me. It just seems like they just keep saying, and they keep trying to make themselves victims. Thanks, Chatty. Where you tapping in from, Chatty? We appreciate that. Where you tapping in from, Chatty? Yeah, I'm mixing and I'm cooking. I like that one too with the turntables. Y'all know I be doing DJ. I can. Y'all ain't know that. Y'all ain't know I get down like that. Was either one of them at the funeral? That's a good question, though. No ego. I don't really. Oh yeah. You know what? I think I seen the judge hugging them at the funeral. I got the funeral on this channel. Look at the video I did earlier. You can watch the whole thing. Where the lie detector test? Yeah, exactly. Nobody said anything about that. Marcation, where you tapping in from, boo? I ain't seen your name, but you're right. You're spot on, though. Where's the lie detector? That's a easy one that could have been administered real quick. That could have stopped a lot of the fluff and a lot of the questions. But, again, like the investigation's ongoing, but they got a little money for the investigation too. I wonder, they could be able to subpoena those two. Oh, that's his name, Evan Noel. That's it. Shout out to Kim again, cause she been on their tail for real though. The dude whose boat that they was on, his name is Evan Noel. All right. Daytona Beach in the hen house. That's right. Please do it, y'all. Do what she said. Follow, like, share, and subscribe. Oh, this is another thing. I know we streaming over there on TikTok too. TikTok people, they don't show me y'all comments. So if y'all could be so nice as to come over to the Keep It P podcast or the J Lava channel, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can engage in the conversation, because it's come to my attention that we got some viewers over there on TikTok, but I can't see y'all comments. And it's come to my attention too that we got some over there on Twitch. I don't know if I see y'all comments either. We streaming on Twitch. I know we can see the Facebook comments, but they be playing on Facebook though. I don't know what's up with Facebook. Facebook be like stifling or whatever. Thanks for the jewels, Mom. I appreciate. But yeah, and by the way, if you want to see the big screen, like if you're watching this on the TV or you want to see we got the long view, and then we got the little short view. You know what I'm saying? With the picture at the top and the comments on the bottom. So just, whatever your flavor is, however you catching the content, but I appreciate y'all so much. Yeah, I can see your comments for sure. Oh, I tap in with the family, boo. That's what I do over here. Yeah. We talk to the family over here. But Kim wanted to bust it down. She said, Evan, if you're black, if you were the black friend, they would have done it to you because you're the star kicker. So I guess it's another person on the team. And definitely the one that was driving the boat, though. His name is Evan Noel. And what's funny is I haven't been able to find a picture of Noel, even to make him a devil.
Evan, I gotta tell you, the streets are not pleased. The streets are not pleased with you, Evan. The streets are not pleased.
Everything, what up?
Let's hope you don't have any freak, accidents or something. You have a chance, though, to turn it all around right now. You have a chance to rat your friends out and tell everybody what happened. You're the star, Evan. You're the star kicker. You're going to throw your whole kicking career away for these fucking murderers? You're the star of the show, Evan. If you were black, they would have killed you, Evan. If you were black, you would have been killed, Evan. And Evan, I gotta tell you.
She be going in on them. And the reason why I play her, though, because, you know, she using her privilege to say stuff that others would think twice about saying. And I can appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate that. What'd you say? Oh, thanks for sprinkling me with the jewels and all. You did. My man's, were you tapping in from everything shrubbery? You got that good boy? Why don't I answer your questions? What you say, Pat Johnson? Let me look up here and see what you said. You ain't say nothing. You ain't say nothing, Pat Johnson. What you got to say? It better not be no bull nothing. Yeah, of course she took it the hardest. That was her baby. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we don't get about all of these opposers and dum-dums that got something to say, like they wouldn't go as hard, you know, their own story. I was just watching this video and I was just thinking about if I actually if I actually want to play it, and then I don't. Because he's actually saying some nonsensical nonsense. Thank you for the sprinkle, y'all. Y'all say what's up to Markeisha in the chat, because she's sprinkling your boy, and I really appreciate that. Give her a nice warm welcome. But yeah, man, we are going in. I don't know if everybody had the opportunity to see this fake well, I wouldn't say fake guru. She's Sherry McCullough. She's a forensic analyst or scientist, and she tried to put her little 2 cents on the little thing. And I actually wanted to listen to see if I want to chop it up or see if there was something about it.
Though his keys and phone were there. So what do these new records actually tell investigators? Do they answer any of the big questions in the case? For that, I turn to Cheryl McCollum, active crime scene investigator in Metro Atlanta, who's worked on high-profile cases from Tupac Shakur to the Zodiac Killer. She's also the author of Swans Don't Swim in a Sewer. Great to see you as always, Cheryl. So what answers does this dispatch audio, does this GPS data, what answers do you have now that you didn't?
You know, you can hear the voice. He doesn't sound panicked. He doesn't sound out of control. He sounds very calculated. There's a problem.
See, I said that I told y'all that them calls could be set up, fam. I told y'all that. She's saying it in a different type of way without saying it. But I said they just sound too manufactured. I said that. But go ahead.
Problem. They're trying to handle it. The other thing we now have is GPS. Tracking that boat is critical because these boys already made a statement. They already talked to family. They already talked to law enforcement. If their story does not match completely with what that boat did, then they're going to have a problem.
Well, from what I can see, it seems consistent in the idea that the boat was having problems. What is interesting is the dispatcher says, is everyone on board and in good health otherwise? And the caller says, yeah, everyone on board. First of all, everybody's on board. Nolan wasn't on board, right? And he's not fully answering the question.
Well,
unless I'm looking at it wrong. Unless I'm completely off.
Well, he's probably answering what.
Hey, for those of y'all that can't see either one of those talking, Y'all is on a different feed. We got the horizontal feed with the up and down, and then we got the full feed with the side to side. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. If you want to dip right out and come on over to the horizontal feed so you can see the whole thing, I would encourage you to do that. Just so you know.
What he knows is accurate at that time. If Nolan stayed behind, then everybody is on board because he wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
So she asked a very unusual question when she says, is everybody in good health otherwise? I think that's unusual, but again, they are sinking. So she's making sure, hey, is everybody on board? Is nobody jumping off? Like if you're really sinking, are you going ahead and, getting in the water?
Right.
But he says, no, everybody's on board.
Do we have a more accurate window of Nolan's movements? I mean, let's think about it, right? So the investigators said that he was last seen at around 3 p.m. I haven't seen other accounts that would seem to dispute that. There's a dispute about whether he, left to go talk to a girl or came back on board. And then you have this GPS data showing the boat didn't leave Horn Island until about 4:30. This dispatch, is around 4 p.m. What does this tell you?
There were hundreds of people out there. You've seen the video and the photographs.
That's what I'm saying. Now, if he stayed on that island and something happened to him on that island, ain't nobody seen nothing. Come on now. Y'all notice no matter how you hear the story spun, it don't make no sense. No matter what you hear, no matter what, based off what we know, it don't make no sense.
How somebody did not see him is pretty shocking to me, especially if he left one group that knows him to go with another group that clearly knows him. I don't understand how he got separated from everybody that he knows.
That's what I'm talking
about. It is early. They are actively still talking to people. They are gathering, photographic evidence and video evidence from people that were there. Even if I did not know him, if I'm just taking a video of the whole crowd, I could have captured him. So people that have no connection to him are still turning in evidence to be, looked at and analyzed.
And look, his family says it would be highly unusual that he would separate from a group. I also, while I have you, I got to ask you about the phone. Phone's a key piece of evidence in this case. There was a claim that perhaps data was deleted from his phone. He didn't have his phone with him. We know it was announced, according to Ben Crump, who's representing the family, that there's going to be this mutual investigation or examination of the phone, both by the family's private experts and by state investigators. A, is that unusual? And B, what are you hoping to find?
I like it. And let me tell you something. You've got a mama that does not understand what happened to her baby, period. She deserves to have those folks look at it. You've got your expert. I've got mine. Y'all are going to look at this thing at the exact same time. There's not going to be a doubt in my mind what is extracted from that phone and what it means. I like that part a whole lot. That to me should happen. There should be no secrets. This is not a situation where you say you've got to wait on the autopsy. You got to wait on toxicology. She doesn't want to wait. She wants to know right now because you're telling me something that for her does not make sense. It has to make sense. And Jesse, you know this from your background in the courts. When you have parents that have lost a child, you have got to give them all the information in a way that they can absorb it and understand it
100%.
and eventually accept it.
Especially if they don't trust local law enforcement. And look, as we reported yesterday, Ben Crump indicated also that the DA told him that after the investigation, this case may be presented to a grand jury for potential criminal charges, whether that's directly related to Nolan's death or something that happened in this investigation. We'll see. We'll be on top of it. Shara McCollum, thank you so much for taking the time.
And listen, this is my thing though. I swear they're gonna try to do what they did in Breonna Taylor's case, talking about some wanton endangerment, try to do anything but try to prosecute somebody for the actual death of Nolan Wells. You know what I mean? Because you know how they do. You already know how they do. Now I'm finna play this message, and sometimes people just be fed up with the way things is going, and my man's got a solution For all you haters in the chat, this is a solution base. And he just want to know if we could just go ahead and let's do it. Let's heal America.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Based on what I'm seeing on the internet, it seems like everybody is angry. White men are angry. Black men are angry. Don't y'all just want to get together and fight? I mean, we all Americans, so it ain't no need to tear down our country. When we could all just come together, state to state. Right? If you in Georgia, white men, black men, we meet somewhere and we bang out. No guns, no knives. Right? We could just line up. You a white man, you could point over in the crowd, I want you. And we just get in a circle and just bang it out. If you in Jersey, wherever you at, Texas, and we just come together and fight. We call it the fight to save America, right? We don't gotta have no guns. We don't gotta do nothing extreme. I seen y'all content. Y'all, Mr. President, just give us the word and we'll go door to door. Why take it to that extreme? We all mad. We all men. We can all come together.
You know what I like about this message? It's simple. It's plain. It's to the point. It's to the point. It's like, yo, get it off your chest, my guy. Get it right on up off your chest, man. We don't need no guns. We don't need no nut. Let's just meet on up and knuckle it on out. I really like what he's saying. For all you hotheads, for all you people who feel compelled to jump in somebody's chat to say dumb stuff, you're talking like you want to fight, as disrespectful as you is. You're talking like you want to fight. Y'all talk the words y'all use be fighting words. Is that something y'all like to do? Yeah, the old school way. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get it off your chest. Then we can all have beer, smoke blunts, and all of that right after. Right after y'all get the little animosity off your chest. Get that Anna off your chest. But I think we know why that ain't gonna happen. Especially without they not coming to the fight if it ain't no guns involved. I know that. What he's saying is noble. What he's saying is just. It's real bravery. It's real man shit. But they ain't coming to the they if they can't bring no guns. What? Cause we damn near be knowing like what the outcome's gonna be. We know what the outcome would be of this. Let me tell you something. That's why they don't like us in sports. That's why they take every little chance to demonize us as sports. I don't watch sports, but I definitely pay attention to the power dynamics. And let me tell you, it's because of sports that has rules, that has regulations, that everybody has to follow. We excel in that when it's an even playing field. That's why they can't do nothing. You can't beat them, you join them. So that's why they wear black men's jerseys and this, that, and the third, Michael Jordan shoes, because they can't win in that. It's structured, you know what I'm saying? It has it ain't no wins. So that also pertains to the physical element when we talk about the brawl side of the game. They don't want to brawl. That's why they got all the guns. I must be telling that truth. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you. Marquet. For Shay. Hey, I must. They gotta come to the joint with a blammer. Let him finish though, because I like where he's going.
As Americans, that's the American way. Home of the brave. Right? Just come together, state to state. Just punch it out. Everybody go home to their families, right? I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Me neither.
I think that would really heal the nation. I think it would really heal the nation. And
since y'all so angry and y'all want us to just stop talking, make me to just shut me up. Oh, now it's low IQ. Say the most violent people in the human history. The most violent people in the human history. So does that make you low IQ? The cynics? That must mean you low IQ, because that's what you and your kind always resort to. So does that make you low IQ? Thank you, Terry. You think they got more guns. You don't know what people got. That must mean you ain't got none, user. You ain't got no guns, user? Because I got several. But guess what? You can only shoot 2 at a time. And 1 if you're trying to get some distance on it. So none of that matters. You can have 100 damn guns in your crib. That just means you can shoot for a long time. You can't shoot all 100 of them at the same time. And that go for you and your buddies. The most y'all can carry is 2 apiece. Anyway, let him finish.
And look, you could even have some of your black friends. You can get Officer Tatum, the Hodge twins, Jason Whitlock. You know all the people that y'all like. You could even get them on your side. Even the ones that we don't see on the internet. You could even pull them up. They could be on your side too. And we could just come together and just bang it out. Everybody go home to their families. We let all that energy out, all of that frustration. You know what I mean? We all men, man. We don't got to keep going back and forth on the internet. We can make it happen. This is America. It's what we do as Americans.
I mean, the proposal is there. I mean, what's up with the old school slugger fest? I think that's a, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that relieve a little tension? Don't y'all want to get a little animosity off y'all chest? I mean, y'all over here in the comment section steady popping off. Oh, you think you'll get him because he got a little beard with some grays in it? You must don't know not to mess with older black men. The strength of an older black man. You must, nigga. We don't get weaker with age. We don't, fam. You must be mistaken. Shit. Until we get up there. Shit, I wouldn't even have thought about trying my dad till he got in his upper 70s. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Wouldn't even think about bothering that old man till he got up into his like upper 70s and shit. Yeah, you must don't know the strength. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He must don't know the strength of older black men. Don't let them whiskers fool you, boy. That boy dropped them Fifth Ward bees on you. Straight up. It'd be a real bad day for you. A terrible day. I would hate to see the day that would bring for you, my friend. But see, y'all over there talking. Look, listen, it ain't just us saying it. It's y'all folks too. Y'all folks is tired of y'all too. Tell him, Mr. Tony Hawkins. Tell Mr. Tony Hawkins, let them know what's on your mind.
I freaking knew it. So Nolan Wells left that island and was seen and photographed at a pool party afterwards where there was allegedly an altercation where they beat the shit out of him, most likely to death. And the question I have now is what? That means they moved the body. That means this is way, way worse than we even thought it was. So hopefully these kids will get what they deserve, which is nothing short of life in prison.
Even y'all folks know it, man. That's another thing I've been going off of too. Have y'all noticed how many of them folks is speaking up about their people? About how they know how they folks is? Have y'all noticed that? I mean, even listen, white folks, Latinos alike is even speaking up, fam. Everybody. I had a visit this one earlier, and this explains their hate and why they don't like us. She says it correctly.
One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate black joy. We cannot tolerate black intelligence. We cannot tolerate black beauty. We cannot tolerate black confidence. We cannot tolerate black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a black person. There's a level of racism that I think hits differently for black people than it does for Asian people or Hispanic people or Middle Eastern people or Native Americans even.
Is that what it is, y'all? Is that what it is, y'all? Y'all just can't stand all the ways we shine makes y'all mad as hell, huh? Y'all don't like the fact that we still thrive and survive, and y'all done tried everything in your power. I mean everything in your power. Everything in your power to try to hold us down. Say y'all haven't. Because I also got the why for that too. What? I don't see them Twitter fingers. You know why they hate? Rains Burke, you said, why are you continuing to spread hate? You couldn't even get that out the right way because your little Twitter fingers were so on fire. Before I let him cook out, I'm going to give y'all a reason why. Because I was waiting for y'all too. Y'all was cutting up during the funeral. And by the way, if y'all missed the funeral, y'all can go back and check the funeral. I did the funeral early. It's about an hour long. Y'all can go check that out. I sure do. I'm Jay Lava on Facebook and Instagram. And we got a private Keep It P podcast group. And I'm FBA J Lava on TikTok. That's right. I'm all over the place, baby. I'm all over the place, baby. You know, speaking of my other program, like I be asking this stuff of the people. Y'all see this? Look, I be saying this. Look, you see what they say? Black America question: if the trauma of slavery is passed down through our DNA for us, is savagery and cruelty passed down through DNA for them? I'm telling you, I'm talking about this stuff in real life over here, and everybody's getting exposed as a devil. Just so you know, I'm making everybody a devil. That's because they deserve it. Look, there's some new devils that I added to the team.
Y'all some damn devils. It ain't no other way.
It ain't no other way. Look at this devil right here. This devil, he was arrested for using AI to create sexual abuse materials. Straight devil. Y'all see them, folks? I appreciate that. I will. Y'all see that? I'm calling they. I get them looking like they true form. Look how he morphed into that evil man that he is. Look at that. Right? I got some more of them. Hold on. Let me.
Y'all some damn devils. It ain't no other way.
That's the song Devils too. Y'all need to go stream that. Look at this devil right here. Police devil. Maple Grove fire chief charged with criminal sexual conduct involving a teenager. Look at that, man. And yeah, look,
Y'all some damn devils.
Y'all some damn devils. Yep, I'm getting them like that. No, just y'all. This is reserved for just y'all. Look, it's reserved for just y'all. Matter of fact, oh look, this crazy, y'all. Check this out. I had seen this this car crash the other day. This is like the craziest car crash you ever want to see. And the police right there said that he fled the scene. But he launched off that U-Haul right there up into the sign. Look at that, y'all. Is that crazy or what? Oh yeah, they super mad over there, boy. If you see the chats over there on them devils, like on this one, like man, all of them got a lot. This is like the funniest though. I made Mitch McConnell do the Thriller. I wish I could play the music, but y'all know what it is. Look at that hair. Look how he whipped that hair though. Look how he whipped that hair. Fat. I'm going in on them, y'all. I ain't playing no games. I ain't playing no games. Look, this is another example, just like Nolan Wells. The little team right there, the little devil team. They getting him months after the arrest. Justice for Irving, Daniel Irving, justice for that man. So yes, I'm doing good work all around the clock, all around the board, for real. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's all me that I'm playing. This is the other stuff that I'll be putting up on other social media sites. Lindsey Graham, he just croaked, and he was a show enough devil before he croaked. If y'all know who Lindsey Graham is, you know he's a straight devil. Yeah, y'all know who Lindsey Graham is? He's a devil. You know what I'm saying? Here, look, these are the kind of messages that I'll be putting up on social media. This what I'm talking about. Listen to this. Hold on. This how I'm coming on social media. Hold on. Let me get the volumes right. Hold on. This how I'm coming.
White man, Mexican, Asian man, or their child kill one of yours, stop turning the other cheek and do what's necessary to end this whole bloodline. We are tired of you killing our people, and all we are left with is thoughts and prayers. Violence is what you understand, and that's what you're gonna get. If you are making rap music about killing other black men, but go silent when they kill ours, we gonna turn that shit off anywhere we hear that bullshit played. Yes. A white man, Mexican, Asian man, or their child kill one of yours, stop turning the other cheek and do what's necessary to end this whole bloodline. We are tired of you killing our people, and all we are left with is thoughts and prayers. Violence is what you understand, and that's what you're gonna get.
You understand that? That's how we coming on social media. Yeah, we saying this flat out. We ain't playing with these devils no more. I leave that to everybody else to turn the other cheek and all that. You understand? But anyway, oh yeah, hey, this is how I get it in. Oh, you said no friends? Oh, we got the t-shirt for that. We got that John Henry Clark. We have no friends. Oh yeah, we got B1 gear for the family. If you going over there to sayitwithyourchest.com, you dig what I'm saying? You can go get that we coming for our check, right? You can go get that cut the check for foundational Black Americans, right? You can go get that I boycotted today in the hoodie or the t-shirt, don't matter. If you real bold, you say F them people. You dig what I'm saying? This say it with your chest over here, boy. Wear it if you ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? You mad because I'm foundational, right? You know, or the standard issue, the one I love, the FBA, the Foundational Black American standard issue, looking clean in that white with the little red strip. You know what I'm saying? Various colors, all the t-shirts. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I got a couple little products. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what that's how we get out. You can go to sayitwithyourchest.com. That is, matter of fact, I'll just put it on the wheel on the bottom. We'll do that. We'll put it there just in case y'all want to know what the website is. Or the website's in the link in the description on all the channels. But you can go to SAYITWITYOCHESS. Say it with your move. Say it with your chest. Wear it if you ain't scared. You understand what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? I appreciate, hey, I'm just coming right down the middle with them. I'm also taking t-shirt ideas. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got something that you think needs to represent us, then y'all can shoot me a DM on Facebook. So make sure y'all go follow me on Facebook too. J Lava on Facebook, JAYLAVA. Or join the Keep It P podcast group on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's private. You can post and say what you want to say. I'll approve it, and we'll all sit back and we'll laugh at it. You dig me? Like a Arabian pygmy? Look, that's the sheriff in this case. In case y'all ain't had his face, that's Sheriff Ledbetter, the dude that was talking about ain't no foul play right off the top. He a devil. Look what kind of devil he turned into. Oh, my fault. Y'all can't even see him. My bad. That's Sheriff Ledbetter right there. Oh, you say you love this already? You new here? That's what's up. That's what we do. Where you tapping in from? Anika. Y'all give Anika a warm welcome. She love it here. She done found her tribe, y'all. She done found her people. Uh-oh. It look like Marvetta's up in the joint. What's up? Hello. Hell yeah. I appreciate y'all, man, rocking and rolling with you. Shout out to the members in the house, though. Real talk. Shout out to the members on the looking outside of the game. Money Mike, all the folks that be tapping in. I love, man. I appreciate y'all too for sure. For sure, we getting close to having enough members to do member only content. But then I'm gonna need y'all to really go follow me on Facebook so we can coordinate a time during the week when I can actually do the content, and then we can actually all congregate and meet, because the P is for the people. And if I'm not doing it for the people, we ain't doing it at all. You understand? So I'm gonna need y'all to rock with me on that. You like the shirts and the hoodies, man? I thought I was doing something. Oh, you know what? I didn't even show the I know we still got the John. I think you even mentioned that we still got the John Henry Clark joint on the joint. Hold on, I think it's on page 3. Yep, yes indeed. We still got the John Henry Clark joints. We have no friends. I like it in that yellow. I like it in that red. I definitely like it in that blue, that black, that gray. Yeah, we got the John Henry Clark joints too. Right now, if y'all order, I got a promo code. If you put in the promo code TUFER, that's TFER, that'll get you $3 off your order. And if you put in the code LOVE, LOVE, that'll get you free shipping. So we got the free shipping, and we got the $3 off the order with the code. The code is right on the website, so y'all are seeing when you go on in there. But yeah, we got them. Hold on, I want to move. Well, let me move myself so you can see them Jones. But we got them Jones, man, that say it with your chest, brother. You understand? Also, we also got literature too. I don't never talk about these things, which I probably should a lot more. But hold on, let me. We got the album out, which is Foundational Foolery, Volume 1, with the songs like Devil and Wash Your Ass, and we got some songs on that joint. like you know what? One of the songs on there, one of the songs that's on this album right here on Gumroad, the link is in the description for that too. Or y'all can go stream them on the platforms. But yeah, we got them type of songs. And then we also got we got literature too. I'm actually an author, me and young TZ Von Savage. Hold on, let me go to the book because we got the definitive guide to staying on code. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can show y'all. Oh yeah, the FBA Arsenal, the full kit, the on code kit, FBA Arsenal. And so what that got in it, it got the DVD because we got a DVD called Abolish the Slave Patrol, the Oranges of Modern Policing. We got the playbook for Tethers and Culture Vultures. That's a digital download. We got the Defense Guide to Stay on Code. That's an ebook. We got the Stay on Code Handbook. That's another digital download. And then we got the album in there too. The whole joint is just $30 for all 5 of those stellar pieces of equipment to get you on tight on 10. You know what I mean? So like we even kind of teaching it too, like in the definitive guide to staying on code. It says take your code application to the next level with its expanded guide. Dive into real world strategy, advanced breakdowns, community defense tactics, and next steps for cultural protection and FBA empowerment. Come on now. Somebody come on. You gotta tell me something. Them boys coming with that whoop whoops. So we got a couple things for y'all if y'all want to support the channel. You know, that's just how we get in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know y'all gonna see me tomorrow. I'm sure there's gonna be more updates, but there's also some other cases that I want to introduce. If y'all don't know about the one case where matter of fact, I'll give y'all a little preview real quick. There's a case out right now. Let me see. I put it in the archives because I did want to flash to it real quick today just to kind of let y'all know where we going. But this one right here, man, this is terrible, dude. This case right here that I'm about to be covering, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Matter of fact, nope, I ain't gonna show y'all none of it. I'm gonna do this as a short video tomorrow. I ain't gonna listen. What I'm finna start doing next week too is instead of just the live videos, there's gonna be some pre-recorded videos in between there. They're still gonna pop up as if I'm going live, but you will know because I'm gonna put in the title or the description or something pre-recorded, something to that effect. Because I want to make sure I get out more content on the week, right? So the week looks like 2 lives a day with like 2 or 3 15-minute little joints in between. You know what I'm saying? Just to get y'all abreast and to get the word out on certain news stories, because it's a lot of news, and that's actually what we do at the Keep It P podcast is we try to cover everything. But this Nolan thing, I've been compelled, you know, to cover because it's one of the biggest injustices right now. But trust me, we didn't get to 5,000 episodes by just covering singular topics. We talk about everything. So for my mods and now all that, those shows will run. Y'all, you know, definitely can hop in and regulate if you want, whatever. Show your support. I really need y'all to go follow me on on the Facebook too though, and DM me and all that, so we can so I can kind of coordinate with y'all about you know what I'm saying, like what the scheduled times is gonna be. But I figure I want to keep with the old program, so I think it's gonna be 8:30, 12, and 6:30. I'm trying to go live 2 to 3 times a day. So it's gonna be at least like a nooner, like a lunchtime nooner, and then a nighttime, a little nightcap. But I also wanna do the you know what I'm saying, the early morning jump too, just to kind of get everybody going, and you know what I'm saying. I like it incorporate real stuff, like you know what the weather's gonna be throughout the region and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all don't know, we building a real network here. This the Black Fox News. Is less we just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So just as bold as Fox News be with they BS and they antics and they propaganda, we are just as bold with our love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, love, life, loyalty, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and shit like that. If you know, you know. Okay, yeah, let me do that. That's a good idea. Let me pin the Facebook up in there real quick. That's a very good idea. Hold on real quickity, quick. On the quickity, quick side of the game. I don't know if I can pin stuff in there. Yeah, I don't know if it let me do the pinning. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can pin it. I pinned that in there. And let me see if I can pin that one, and let's do the Keep It P podcast too. Cause that's a little bit more private. I definitely want to grow that group so we can just have our own space to chill. You know, I haven't really thought about the questions that I'm gonna ask, but before I let you in, but I usually look at everybody first. You know what I'm saying, before they come in there and try to do a good job of monitoring the spot. Of course, you can be. Yeah, you can be a moderator. If you want to be a moderator, there's a couple rules. We let the trolls troll until they start spamming the comment with like the same thing or stupid stuff. But yeah, moderator job for me is pretty easy, man. Just show love and make the family feel at home when they come in like you came in. You know, see how we welcomed you in? It's like, you know, that's the kind of environment that we want to keep over here, despite the riffraff. The riffraff is important though, because again, it's the yin and yang of this. We wouldn't be nowhere if we didn't have the yin yangs. This is the Keep It P podcast, John. I'm gonna pin that too. So I'm gonna put the pin on them. And I guess while we at it, I might as well do the TikTok, John. And we over there streaming on TikTok right now. We is over there streaming on TikTok right now, and I wish the TikTok people, man, was able to go over to the other channels on YouTube so y'all can join the conversation too. I hate that this program hasn't worked out the kinks enough to be able to decipher the stream. But look, this is what it looked like over there on TikTok. We live right now on TikTok, y'all. Straight up. Look, they got us live on TikTok. Check me out. Look, I'm looking at me, looking at us on TikTok. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make the moves to get us everywhere.
Let me give you the two reasons why most Latino streamers were.
So if y'all is on other platforms, I am active on other platforms as well. I'm trying to do. I'm also even on X, but I'm on X too, but they ain't giving us no rhythm over there. They ain't giving us no rhythm. That's the TikToker right there. I'm gonna see if I can leave him pinned up for future strings. That's a very good idea. I'm glad you said that. But yeah, man. It is Jay Lava, the people's helper, the people's man. I do this for the peoples. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but I'm a moja foja scold you about being on code, and you know I got 4 words for you. I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike. Also, y'all, all my peoples, man, go ahead and hype that thing too. It's something about that hype that do something. We need to get these black empowerment messages out there, because really what I be seeing is it be a lot of coons that get hyped. I'm just gonna keep it real. But hype that thing. Marquet, make sure you for me to find your profile, Marquet. Comment on any one of the other videos that's already published, because right now your comments is going into the stream, or you can comment on the video after it's published, and then I'll be able to find you, and I'll go ahead and mod you up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want people to start disappearing from the damn chat shit. Now I'll just play. Like I said, it's really easy to be a mod around here. You know what I'm saying? Just be black first. That's it. That's all I need. Just like me. Be black first, just like me. Other than that, love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the Doha for Shoha. You already know. Yiggity.